guys know it is Drunken Chat, son.
Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Just take the correct salutations, man. It is a pleasure to be with the boys again. Unfortunately, Mel couldn't be with us tonight. He's out there making that paper, as well as Ultra, just trying to make that paper, trying to put some food on the table and everything. So, man, once again, I am blessed with a great freaking panel this evening. Fellas, introduce yourselves.
I'm Aaron, Yeezy Yee. You can catch me on Instagram or whatnot.
This motherfucker rolled up like, you don't know who the fuck I'm at. Come on. He's like, I'm famous. You don't know. Oh, go ahead.
I don't think
I don't know who you are, sir.
Yeah.
Gotta remember, some of us are vision impaired, so you might have to introduce who you are. But go ahead, man.
I'm Big Remo, at Big Remo on Instagram. You can check me on Saturday nights on the Comic Call crew. We're kind of on a hiatus right now. We'll be back after the holidays, probably first Saturday after Thanksgiving. And you can check me out there. So thanks for having me on, Mel and Lucas, for holding down the fort tonight.
All right,
appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Anytime.
Aaron for the alley-oop.
Oh, dude, yeah, you've been on, Dealer Flipside. It was a blast. He was, what was it? You were just in the chat like, hey, I want to get on Dealer Flipside. I was like, come on.
Yeah, that was
just like Mel did. Just like Mel did for me.
Yeah, right.
Blind Adam.
Hey, it's the most innovative, the most perverted man in comic book speculation. Blind Adam Wonders, the comic pimp, Wednesday nights. At 9 p.m.
Yeah, I apologize, Adam. I couldn't be on your show this past week, man, but I took that booster shot, that bullshit shot. That
you recovered?
It's safe. It's safe and effective, Lucas.
It is effective because that shit knocked me on my ass.
Yeah.
Every freaking nasty ass girl I freaking fucked in the last 10 years, they didn't knock that shit way the fuck out, man. No. Yeah, go ahead. If you've been to Hong Kong, Japanese, and over there and everywhere, go ahead and take that shot. That shit knock you on your ass. Clean that right out.
You're making me not want to take it now.
I know, right? You make me not want to take my booster, man.
It ain't gonna make you forget, but clean that shit right on out. Through every orifice, that shit is nope. So y'all, but trust on that. But hey, freaking, we also have the famous Dennis Barger, who's gonna freaking liven it up for us tonight, as long as he can stay awake with us.
I have to go wake up early tomorrow. So when you were on top 10 and said, I think we're going to wrap it up early tonight, I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank God. Because they're shooting a zombie movie at my store tomorrow, in my back parking lot before the winter kicks in.
Nice.
So, okay. I'm Dennis Barger. I own Wonder World Comics. I'm on YouTube for Wonder World Comics, Daily D at 3. You can find me on Whatnot at Wonder World Comics. And wherever. Instagram, DLBarger313.
All right. And I do believe that you have something to introduce to the folks tonight. Is that correct?
Oh, I do. But do you want to do that now or do you want to do that later?
No, we'll do that a little bit. We'll do that a little bit later and everything.
I thought we'd give the sharks a little bit of salivation before we feed them.
Yes, sir. Brian, how's it going, brother? We just got done with another great top 10. Some interesting subjects that actually popped up there. How's it going, brother?
It's going, man. It was crazy. Listen, the news from this Disney thing might not have been as big as we all wanted, but it's going to start pushing some books, and keep an eye out, make some money off those books, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of events that are happening or supposed to happen within the next 2 years. So this their last freaking earnings call, and I'll go into what's going on with that. It was not. I told y'all that was not the one to look out for new announcement. That was not it. It was only, hey, the numbers and everything, and I loved it. I love the fact that they put the numbers right out there, and a lot of idiots out there sold. I love that a lot of creditors put a bad marking on it. And once again, I'm not going to go into that now because let's get into some interesting stuff. So I need two things from you guys just to shore some stuff up. Dennis, I can't find the links that you sent me. Could you put those in the
I put
private
it in the chat. I put it in the chat.
That's all you want me to show? Okay. Good
Yeah,
to go.
yeah. When we get there, that's all because that's the special one for It's Drunken Chat.
Okay, good to go. And then Brian, if you have a link to the Kickstarter that you were trying to push or anything else, go ahead and throw that in private chat as well because I would love to push that freaking.
Yeah, excuse me, Brian. Can you also send me a link to the Kickstarter via Instagram?
Yeah, I can do that too. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, because I really want to back that.
Yep.
Yeah,
got it. Gotcha.
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys.
Oh man, freaking. Who else? Oh, this is a surprise. I apparently I misspoke about the appearance of certain characters. This is one of the people that makes Drunken Chat like belligerently freaking drunk. The one, the only, Ultra fucking Maximus.
Oh, damn it! I thought I was going to be the crazy conspiracy nut tonight.
What?
Damn it!
Man, look. I've got fucking like hemorrhage discs in my back. I was
like, what?
Cervical shit's fucked up. You know, my back's all fucked up. My neck's all fucked up. My shoulders all fucked up.
Oh my god!
I'm all fucked up, but I decided to come hang out with y'all on Drunken Chat.
But at least you didn't get the booster like Lucas.
Yeah, you didn't get Lucas a shot.
Look, well, man, so much stuff going on. All right, so let me do
no jab, no job. So
yeah. But man, it is great to have you, Ultra. How long you gonna? I don't know how long you're gonna be with us because you got the wife, the kids, you got all types of stuff.
So
adultering to do.
So look, I paid my bills. I came home. I worked. I said I worked enough. I filled the diesel tank on the fucking total car that I have to drive around in right now. And I was like, you know what? Let's just call it a night. I mean, I could have stayed out and I could have worked for like another like good 3-4 hours probably, and $20+ an hour is not bad.
No, it's not.
It's
not, man.
Especially in this day and age, anything you can make is good. But yeah, I decided to come home and hobnob with some snobs on this Drunken Chat channel here.
Oh man, freaking look, man. This is what we needed right now. We need an Ultra to freaking hop on with us and freaking tell us. And there's a bunch of bull stuff books that are coming out, and your expertise is gonna be needed sooner or later. But we're gonna sift through some stuff.
Here's the best news. You guys get the raw and uncensored me, no matter where I am, because I have no hidden agendas and no reason to fake the punk. But also, I haven't even looked at the FOC list for this week yet.
Right. So I will definitely deliver that. After I deliver 2 pieces of news, I know you guys like the news like later on and everything, but these are pretty important. Number one is the House of Slaughter #1s. We got a pretty jacked up fucking order for that stuff, to include the Frisons, right? So I sent a bunch of those backs, and the ones that they were supposed to be replaced, they haven't gotten back to us. It was supposed to come in this week.
Lucas, are we going to get on that topic right now? Because I know you want to.
Yes.
What the fuck is going on at Diamond, man?
So let me talk about this issue. So there's two. Yeah. So I don't think I have a slide for this, but so Diamond had a hack attack this past weekend. So
it was not me.
That basically, so basically, for those that don't know, yes, I do drunkenchatsun.com. That's where you can, if you can't get a hold of me, you can definitely go there and order it. I'll get those orders and be able to process those. But the way that people seem to be more comfortable with is going through the pull box, which is run by Diamond, right? You put stuff in and I see it, then I transfer it over and everything. Well, that one was down till Monday. So that's 3 days where people were not able to go in and do orders, which pretty much fucks me, fucks over the financial stuff and everything. And that's whatever
Dude,
I took care of it and everything.
did you hear about what they had to do in order to get the FOC books just up?
Well, they had to change over to a totally different freaking website.
They
All
had
their
to-
email stuff. They had to freaking
Yeah.
change over to a totally freaking company.
Their
and
website
everything.
was rerouted to a different fucking server because the servers that they had were under ransom. You couldn't even look at the books that were on FOC Friday or Saturday. So here's me on a Friday going, oh, what the fuck? Like I can't start putting my show together.
It just
definitely.
fundamentally goes to the what the fuck is happening at Diamond?
It's
I
not
mean-
them though.
No, it is.
Well, it
Because
can be them, but a ransomware attack is pretty serious business.
They have not
Yeah.
had IT for 2 years.
Okay, but I'm just gonna say this: does Jeppy, does that family have pull with Garland? Because I'm just noticing things that happen at the same time. We got attorneys general coming out being like, cyber attacks and ransomware is a priority on the same day that they got hit.
So
I
let me
was
so let me.
He
so let me-
doesn't. Garland goes one way, and the Jeppy family votes another way. FYI.
So as a result of that, the whole ransomware, there was a lot of shipping delays, right? So they picked and choose who in the fuck was going to get their freaking boxes for first, and guess who freaking was down at the bottom of the list?
Us.
Oh,
Dude, you're down by me. I got mine on today.
I got mine at
And you
8
order
o'clock.
more than I do.
I got mine at 8 o'clock.
I cut my orders big time.
You
Yeah,
got
I got
last
mine.
week's books today?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
the-
Wow.
Yeah.
So what?
So
what's
Wednesday's
the-
comic showed up at Friday at 3 o'clock.
I heard that's going to happen next week too.
Yes,
Oh, I
it is.
guarantee it will.
Right.
What's
So-
the outlet for Diamond that you, Dennis? Do you go through the same outlet that Lucas does?
Yeah. I do the FOC
Baltimore?
through Diamond POS
Well,
system.
I know, like Olive Branch is the one that we have down here. What's
I
the-
heard it was
I
the
forget the
distributor
name.
center.
I'm through New
Seven.
York. I'm through Plattsburgh.
okay.
Yes, I'm through Plattsburgh as well.
Okay.
Right.
So that's why you guys would share similar experiences,
Right.
Because
But the
of
point
that
is
distribution center, yeah.
Plattsburgh, here's the thing. Plattsburgh has a direct route from, I don't know where you are, Lucas, but there's a direct truck from Plattsburgh to Toledo, and I'm 30 minutes from Toledo, the hub in Toledo. So I know on a Tuesday, if that box didn't get checked in Toledo, Tuesday at midnight, that means it didn't get loaded Wednesday morning. And I don't pay the extra $4 a week to have them on Tuesday anymore. Fuck that bullshit. So, you sit there and you start adding it up, and it's like, if it's not thrown on that truck at 5 a.m., it ain't out for delivery when the trucks roll out at 9. And it didn't get scanned until Thursday night.
Well,
So-
so you guys picking up through FedEx or UPS?
UPS.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Dynamo won't let you go anywhere but UPS. Unless you want to do freight forwarding on a pallet. That's the only other.
and so because of where I live, because you guys know I live in a very densely populated area, Central Florida, we have a certain chain of comic books.
Coliseum.
Well, not saying I wasn't saying any names, but they pick up on FedEx a day before other people usually.
Yeah. Phil
But they-
gets that deal.
But they do not put out their DC until Wednesday.
Yeah.
But guess what? There's other stores around me. that
Oh,
put
they throw them out.
throw them out on Tuesday.
Dude, here's the
it's
thing.
Tuesday.
I know 3 stores right now that are selling DC a week early because Discount Comic Book Service is sending all the books to the people who they trust a week and a half before everybody else.
So, did you guys? Let's talk about that for a second, real quick, because Lunar distribution on that.
Yeah,
Send
Lunar,
in-
whatever I'm never
send
going
in
to
the
call that a
variants
fake name. It's
a
Discount
week-
Comic Book Service.
Send in the variants a week early, and then send in the A covers on fucking a week later for release day.
But only to people who have paid their accounts and been with them from the start is what I've heard.
That's kind of so.
It's an unfair advantage. I'm not for any unfair advantage. Yeah, sure, I get occasional little bumps here or bumps there, but I'm not for a regular occurring unfair advantage. I'm kind of like Squid Games. I want us all fighting and dying and living by the same rules.
So
You know what that?
that makes it interesting because I also because of where I live in Florida, we have Scout stores that get books a week before the Diamond release week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just it's Scout's release, and they're just like, well, Diamond doesn't release it until after they get the shipment from us, and we don't send them the shipment until our release date. So I understand why that happens. But now it's happening more across the board where it's not just Diamond, my friend. I promise you.
Oh yeah.
And Penguin Random House still can't deliver a book. Like, look, I'm about to tell them, like, turn the books around when you load them. I'd rather have damage on the spine on the pages side than the spine side at this point because of what the kind of damages I'm seeing. Right. Just a lot of folds, a lot of just like, corner. It's just basically one box gets thrown on its side once, they're fucked. Period. Does it? And that's the handling that's going on.
Where do you think that throw is happening? Because my boxes are wrapped, and then I'm getting good shipping, but I'm still getting minor damages from just douchebaggery.
Damages that they won't cover.
Yeah,
Right.
I was talking to a girl at LCS today, and she was saying, if it's still readable, it's not damaged.
They don't give a shit. Yep,
Yeah.
they do not give a shit no more.
And then she was telling me she was unloading a box one time, and then there was literally a corner that was ripped off, and it was just placed in the book. So as she was unloading it, it just kind of fell out somewhere. And then she was like, she had to thumb through each book to find out which one it was because it was just
Marvel's gonna hear it from people on.
But honestly, I mean, and I'm in a position nobody else is in.
Yeah.
Okay. I only buy for spec right now. I don't need to feed the customers. And at a certain point, you're going to push a lot of people to that, kind of push more people to where I'm at, where it's like, look, I'm making my money off of this. I'm making my money off of that. Comic books are starting to fall behind here. And are you making it worth my while to even go through this fucking treadmill bullshit?
Well, you can't buy direct, right? I mean, you have to go through them. It's not like
I can't.
Or just don't buy it all.
Yeah.
If they can't get you the product, what's the point of buying it? Yeah. You might hit one big one here or one big one there, but 5 big ones that you should have hit get beat to fuck, and it's worthless to you.
But you know what I am noticing now? Open order variants are very expensive week of release.
Dude, that first week, whatever books came out October 5th, you find a 9.8 on a Marvel book from that week, you might as well be able to call it whatever you want because all of that shit showed up damaged.
That's the way it should be. I think that's absolutely the way it should be. I appreciate what Diamond was doing and everything and catering to the retailers and everything, but there's only so much you can do, right? They don't do the same thing for book retailers, right? They don't make sure that it's perfect, right?
Oh, but man, they're about to make me so paid pressing.
Yeah, but Lucas, hold on, because Penguin Random House, they handle slipcase, hardcover edition, limited numbers. I guarantee you, if you send, if you have a 500 limited edition Stephen King hardcover that costs $500 a piece, and that shows up with a corner bang, that store ain't the indie bookstore ain't taking that.
Right. Well, see, but in that case, that would be kind of analogous to a cardstock, right, where they take more care on the materials that are used, right? So they would turn around to you and say, well, this company over here, they are making sure that it costs more and that they're using better materials. Why isn't this, right? You can see this flimsy, and we put it in here. And
I mean, I've been for 16 years, Marvel and DC have had Diamond bagging, boarding, 25 and up, 1 and 25 and ups. And then all of a sudden it'll go for a year with no bags and boards. And you're like,
that is
what? And then, we'll see books with a folded over. I opened up a book that I got 12 years ago in a bag and board when Marvel used to put those little 1 in 25, 1 in 50 stickers on the back of them that told you who the artist was. I took that off. I took it out because I was sending it into CGC. And guess what? the back cover had a corner folded over on. I didn't even open it 12 years ago.
Oh shit!
Garbage.
Dog ear.
Yeah.
Instant
Garbage.
7.5.
Yeah.
It's like fuck.
But yeah, that still is a sticking point with me is the fact that they don't do that. They don't at least separate the 1 in 25s and the 1 in 10s and the 1 in 50s. They just throw all that shit in here with everything
They need
else.
a top loader a 1 in 100. You know, get it.
Yeah.
Make sure it gets to me.
Yes, sir.
Well, this is why I like Ablaze Publishing. You guys remember some of those high ratios that they had for like Unsacred?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just wicked hard to find stuff, you know?
Let's see. I'm trying to
I was
load-
gonna say real quick that there's also still
Delato.
a publisher that I ordered from. I'm still waiting for books, and they're out of bags and boards, so they won't ship anything out. I mean, which is fine with me. Like, I'd rather the book show up safe than like.
I've got 10,000 bags and boards right now, and I'm hoarding them.
And guess what? Guess what? If you're not ordering on a regular from the suppliers, they're not taking your phone calls.
Nope.
But if you are ordering on a regular, they're telling you once as soon as you can call back for more.
I got April 2022 is the next time. So I have 10,000 bags and boards to last me until April of 2022.
My LCS hasn't had short boxes since August
Oh, where are they at? Where are they at, Remo?
in California. In the Bay Area.
I've got something like 300 or 500 used short boxes that I have if you're local to Detroit. So get a hold of me.
Yeah, everybody out here is looking for short boxes, man.
Shit,
Yeah.
Tell them to get a hold of me too, man. I'm trying to get rid of the. I got some new ones. I'm trying.
What
to
if I told you I need 23 short boxes?
I'll send them to you.
Three.
I'll send you a bundle.
All right.
Ultra. I'll send you a
Fuck,
bundle.
dude, there's gonna
Message
be
me
a
later.
pallet
Excuse me,
covered from.
Dennis?
Yeah, ain't got to pay for the pallet.
What, Adam?
You get any extra magazine boxes? I'll hit you up because
Yeah, I do.
Short in my area.
Yeah, message me. Message
You guys
me later,
forget.
Adam.
Dennis Barger has everything. He's got no, like that's not a joke. The
I
guy
know.
has it all.
Yep. Or you can either hit him up, or
It's
you can
finding
go
it
to
that's
his
the hard
website.
part, Ryan.
What's that?
It's finding it that's the hard part.
Yes, I know, and I hear stories about it. One of these days, I'm going to take a trip out there just so I can dive in head first.
Man, I can only imagine.
So you can either hit him up on his email, or you can go to his website, which is the wonderworldcomics.com. And what is this new thing that you're trying to show us, Dennis?
I'll tell you what, man. It's the first of its kind. So if you know me, I don't like to do something unless I can do something big and bold. And obviously the Miles Morales, Deservic, Virgin, that was huge. And then if you scroll down there, Torrin Clark was our last big discovery. I love this guy's stuff, man. I think he's going to blow up huge. But so I saw Conan, if you come back up to the top there. So I was like, I want to do something for Conan. And then, I saw the facsimile pop up on FOC or on Initial Order. And I was like, oh, man, it'd be really fucking cool is doing the original Conan movie poster. And actually, everybody's doing the VHS variants. And I asked to do a VHS variant. They're like, nah, we don't want to do that. And I'm like, well, how about the original movie poster? And they're like, oh, we can do that. And it turns out Marvel had the original art from when they did the Marvel Super Special 21
Really?
from the original. So they got a high-res scan of that original art, and they put together the original Conan movie poster for the facsimile of Conan 1970. I think it says it up there, 1970. Conan 1, 1970, Roy Thomas.
78 or something, or 80 or something.
So
No, I think
originally
it's 70. There it is.
Yeah.
So it's Conan #1 from 1970 with the original movie poster art for the cover. And on the back, because I love to do this, is the original Conan trade dress #1 blank.
Really? Okay.
So you're gonna be able to do a lot of stuff with this one, and we kept this one really affordable. So it's $19.99 pre-order for everybody else. But since I love It's Drunken Chat, I love Mel, I love Lucas, I love the whole crew. We're doing a special price. Yeah, there it is. I mean, it's just fucking gorgeous, man. So, and I'm doing a special price, $14.99 just for the Drunken Sharks.
It's good buying for a variant.
And I'm sharing this with my partner Sailfish out of North Carolina or South Carolina. I can't remember which Carolina he's in. It's the one that Myrtle Beach isn't in. That's all I know.
Yeah, fuck Myrtle Beach.
North Carolina.
Okay, so and we're leaving our logos off of this one just like we did with the Miles Morales UF4.
Nice. And it's $14.99.
Just for the Sharks. And if you go to wonderworldcomics.com/IDCS for It's Drunken Chat, son, you can utilize that link to get it for $5 off.
You run this banner.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this?
I'm trying.
This is
It's
awesome
fucking
sauce.
awesome. I'm just trying to fucking run it. I'm trying to give everybody the freaking link right now. Stand by.
It's a badass one, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
You know, and I talked to them and I threw them some ideas for other ones we want to do, and they're like, "Oh, we can do that one. Oh yeah, we can do that one." So basically, Brett and I, we're going to do a whole series of movie poster art for covers.
it's smart too to do that.
Well, we thought we were going to be able to do virgin versions of the 1 in 25 facsimiles, but because of UF4 and all the whiny, bitchy fucking retailers who didn't think of it, they won't let me do Greg Land on Edge of Spider-Verse. They won't let me do. And it was like, they were like, yeah, it was just like they were shooting down every idea I had on those. And I was like, well, okay, how about we go over here now?
Yeah, well, I mean, with the UF4, the problem was it was too much at once, right? It wasn't just you. There was other motherfuckers doing the same exact shit
Yep.
or similar joints to it and calling it facsimile when, no, dude, that's like the 7th or 8th fucking print of that.
Well, and I'm not saying anything, but one of them literally looks like they took the original art
Mhm.
and copied it verbatim in the exact same position.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's no doubts about it. And they was like, "Oh yeah, fuck you, retailers," you know, and that's the problem. It's like I get it. They understand that there are some people that once they hone in on one character, they've got to have every single cover for that freaking character. But that shit was overkill. You know?
Right.
I mean, the ones that they
Well,
mixed
and
up
the
didn't even
one
look good.
The thing that pissed me off is not one of those people called, Marvel until Monday after I announced that book right here on this show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because you can tell they all
Yeah.
something. They had 1 week till FOC, and they all called up on that Monday morning and said, "Oh my God, why'd you let Dennis have this? I got to do one. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do that." And they slapped together some of the worst variants I ever saw. And there it is.
Yeah,
gotta love it when you have something that has those nice letters that say "sold out."
Yeah.
And they actually are sold out. And Dennis isn't going to fall and trip over a case of books in his warehouse.
No, and well, the thing is we kept. I mean, I made no qualms about it. I have a nice little stack that I can use for promos. I got a stack that I have to get signed by different creators. And I got another stack that I send to get graded. And like I said, we graded the first 20 of them, and they came back 2 9.9s, 16 9.8s, and 2 9.6s.
I think I've heard of 5 9.9s now total.
Yeah.
In that first.
I've only heard of 1 9.4, a couple 9.6s, and the rest are all 9.8s. And all of those came from CGC.
Wow.
So I think they're just shitting on those books because they know it came from me.
Definition of facsimile is an exact copy, though. Not in the book world.
Well, but also we didn't make an exact copy. We left the trade dress off of ours, whereas the real confusion is coming from the people who left the trade dress on, and all they did was change a couple little things that you really wouldn't look for normally. I'll tell you what it reminds me of, and I know, Brian, you're probably down with this one, and a couple of you guys might know, but does anybody remember in 1997 when Kenner decided to re-release 4 of the classic Star Wars figures, almost identical to the original vintage figures?
That was when they were getting ready to release the prequels.
Yep.
And they had just released a remastered or like the redone version on VHS that had the additional scenes in it.
Right.
And I actually have that box set on VHS. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I do remember that.
So the only way you could tell was to hold it next to an original. There's copyright date on the leg that's slightly bigger and better raised because of modern technology versus old technology. But if you took those 4 figures and tossed them into a box with really shitty, beat up original vintage figures, people would think those were original figures. I mean, I know I've probably gotten fooled a couple times by buying a collection that had those in them.
I have a feeling McClay just went to go grab some. Those
and to me, that's what that facsimile problem is. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah. What you got, McClay? Let's see it.
Oh, that's the early bird. That's the early bird.
I was going to ask if you were talking about the early bird reprint.
Right, but that one has enough big tells on it, and the figures are completely different.
Yeah, this. I was just checking because I had these at my side. Yeah, this is that early bird set. Yeah, you could totally tell they just redid these.
Yeah, but here's the one I'm talking about. Let me pull it up and I'll add it.
I broke cards before this. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. And there has been an actual sellout of a figure from Hasbro Pulse.
What? Well, they sell out of a lot of figures.
They drop a lot of figures like every week.
Yeah, but this is a very special one to see sold out. I'm very happy to see it sold out.
It's not the Galactus, is it?
No, but I think that one actually might be limited anyway. No, Shattered Glass Megatron.
Yeah, I've seen that on there.
Yeah,
it's basically Hasbro Pulse is like almost like a Kickstarter, right? For themselves, kind of.
It's a way that you can direct buy your stuff, but Hasbro Pulse and HasLab. HasLab is when they get it crazy, and they charge you $600 for a Unicron that now sells for $1,200.
Yeah, exactly.
Yet just somehow still losing money.
Well, no, Unicron was $600, Adam, and then people bought 2 of them and sold one of them to pay for both of them.
Yeah, well, look at the original Jabba's barge. Those things cost what, $450, $500? Jesus. And they're going for $3,000 now.
It's good. Again, supply demand, and what do you do when you get your collectible? Do you apply the net zero method? Do you apply the 200% profit and net zero method? like you know, how well do you want to come out?
Yeah.
But buying 2, like when they're limited 2 per person.
Almost bought the Nerf Aliens blaster.
They weren't limited. You could buy 5 of those if you wanted, couldn't you?
No, those were limited to 2 per address.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nerf blaster?
Yeah, it was like Aliens, the gun, the pulse rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I passed on that one.
Yeah, because I only didn't buy it because it wasn't the same color. It was like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You would have to paint it and do it yourself. You know what I mean. But it was the shape and everything is the same. It's just not the same color.
Come on, Spawn Kickstarter.
Okay.
What is it? What is everybody doing? Kickstarter.
That's the 4-pack I was talking about.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I do remember that.
That's literally, they look almost identical to the original figures to the point where I know I've been fooled a couple times. But here's the stupid thing, and I know you know, if you want to talk toys a little bit, Ultra and everybody else, the dumbest thing I've ever seen from HasLab is launching 3 separate HasLab fundings in the holiday months right after your HasCon or whatever the fuck they call it. And they're splitting the dealer money is what I'll say, because I bought 10 of the Galactuses. I bought 10 of the Mandalorian shuttle, whatever they call it, thing that blew up like a week after the funding ended.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Razor Crest.
Yeah, Razor Crest. It's still going to make money. I bought 5 of the Jabbas. I skipped out on the Sentinel and the Unicron. I kicked myself for that, but oh well. But I'm like, I'm not going to back a Ghostbusters backpack, a Rancor, a 42-inch Rancor.
Yeah.
And what's the third? Oh, the $200 3 3/4-inch Sky Striker. All right before Christmas.
We got a bad echo.
Yeah, somebody's echoing.
Is that me?
It's somebody who is not using headphones most likely and has their speakers being picked up by their mic.
Yeah, it's your speakers. Somebody's listening to speakers.
It's probably me then.
It's cool, but keep going.
Okay. No, and I mean, it's just, you know, this crowdfunding thing is a neat idea when you stagger it out, but this is a total greedy grab from HasLab.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the end of the year bonus for each one of
those
properties,
and it's
right?
like, you know, I get it that we didn't have money during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And, you know, you didn't get to run as many of the, you got this brand spanking new toy and you didn't get to run as many of them as you wanted. And you have to make these places where the virus comes from. And, you know, you got to ship them over here where the cargo containers are moving as fast as Pete Buttigieg makes them. And then, you know, yada, yada, yada. But then you're like, hey, we got to get in 3 of these by the end of the year. Let's just do them all right now. And it's like, come on, guys.
And now they got that Halo needle blaster. I don't know.
Did you see somebody actually made the Warthog?
I did.
No.
1,000 horsepower.
Hoonigans,
The
right?
Warthog too?
Yeah. They use that Tesla?
It was Hoonigans, right? Hoonigans?
Hoonigans.
Wait, they used the Cybertruck?
They made the Warthog from Halo.
Yeah. Didn't they use
all electric?
Yeah.
1,000 horsepower electric. And they drag raced it out SEMA. It was pretty cool.
It was nice. It was a nice one, man.
Lucas, you're on mute.
Well, gents, since we are talking about collectibles and toys, let me ask you a question. The Christmas time is coming up, right?
Done.
What do you guys? Yeah, it is coming up. Believe it or not.
Smart.
Right.
Yeah, we're done. We're done already, just because of shenanigans.
What do you guys think will be the collectible or the toy to have this Christmas? Because if you're going to buy something that people are going to want, this is the time to buy it. Buy it ahead of time, in anticipation of mom and dads. We can try to get that shit, and you'll just have it 2 or 3 sitting by it Fire on.
I'll tell you my
on Amazon
number
or
one
eBay.
thing that I think every parent should be out grabbing: parent, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa. Right now, you need to be hitting your Targets and your Walmarts and getting at least one or two of those new Pokemon Elite Trainer boxes, that big box, because that's
Fusion
every
training.
kid wants Pokemon still.
Right.
Wow.
So one did come out today. It was called like Fusion something. I forget what it was.
Yeah, I forget what it's
and,
called.
and it was, yeah, and I walked into
Fusion,
my local comic book
woohoo.
shop and they have it, and there's like I had no idea what the hell it was. So I just left it on there. But I'm thinking about going back and get it. I have to think about it. But yeah, that's definitely a good pick. That is good one. Anybody else?
I think it's the number one. I think it's going to be Pokemon is going to be at least in the top 10 things that parents are going to be looking for and scrambling for that week before.
Well, as a dad of a up and coming video gamer who's not even 5 yet, Nintendo Switch, PS5, and Xbox if you choose to journey down that Tower of Doom.
That's true. People do forget that those Nintendo Switches did run out during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, have you heard
so
what they're doing with PlayStations now and
What are they
Xboxes?
doing? Because I checked on eBay and they're still like over on grab.
So when you buy them, you have to like register like an email for the account to play online and stuff like that. So I think that's their way of trying to prevent scalpers on consoles.
But it's also registration, which is the new fun thing that every corporation wants to do.
Yeah.
They want to basically jailbreak everything they sell you, so you can never resell it. That's why they want you to download video games straight to your computer, so you can never sell that secondarily.
Do you know that when you buy a Tesla used, if Elon chooses to de-option your car, he can do so with the push of a fucking button.
What?
That's interesting.
And then you have to pay the thousands of dollars for those options again.
That's why I'm pre-ordering mine.
Holy shit.
Smart man. You buy new, you good.
I see them over there used, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I gotta get my own.
Because you buy one of them real top of the line models, and all of a sudden,
if I'm gonna pay the money, I'm gonna fucking put the miles on that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and when, you're probably better on this than me, Ultra. When did Switch come out?
I have no
2
clue.
or 3 years ago.
No,
Yeah, 2 or 3 years
Switch
ago.
has
But
been
there's
out
like-
for like 5 or 6 years.
You have to
Yeah.
understand, I live
No.
so far behind the times, my man.
It was 3 years because I bought one for my daughter when she was in.
I know it was 4 to 5 years ago, man, because my kids have had one down here for 4
Wii
years.
U was the
plus.
last
Yeah, Wii
big
U.
thing. Like we have
2017
That's
is
the
the
newest.
Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
The newest
4
one.
years.
Yeah.
4 years.
yeah, because she's 9 now, and I got it when she was like in 3rd grade.
Okay.
2nd grade. I'm sorry, 2nd grade. 1st grade. Yeah, because the pandemic was her 2nd and 3rd grade. So
Okay.
yeah, so it was 1st
So
grade.
I'm just saying, the Switch,
But
just
it
like
was always hard to get. It wasn't like it was because of the pandemic. It was hard to get when it came out, when it launched.
I bought on a dip. I bought one
Yeah.
on eBay or on Facebook, and somebody had like a Switch and 5 games for the cost of what a new Switch would have been if it had been in stock. And I grabbed it and I left it, and my kids were like, "Dad, is that a Switch?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I bought myself a Switch." And they're like, Can we play your Switch? And I ain't seen it since.
Hey Dennis, did you check out this question from Jason?
Oh, go back.
Anything prototype Boba Fett in the black and white or the white armor? Do you know of anything?
Well, they made the black series. I got a couple of the loose black series. I think I got 1 or 2 of the boxed.
They did have
series.
a prototype in the black series. Son of a bitch! I do remember that now.
Yeah, no, it was like a
Walgreens
exclusive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
But they're remaking it with 2 different heads, and I can't remember what scale they're doing that on.
Are they doing the archive thing?
Yeah, so it's something like that, because it's got like a more Macquarie looking head, and then it's got a current head.
So what they do for the archives, it's usually same scale, 6 inches or whatever, and then they put that cardstock back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take the box and they commercialize it, so it's a cheaper.
Yeah,
it
Same
works.
cost.
I'll tell you what, and I'm not trying to put traffic towards other people, but there's some great YouTube channels that I watch. It's like top 10 most valuable Star Wars Black Series, top 10 hardest to find Star Wars Black Series, and you look at these prices on here, and some of these figures have been made and remade, and they're still fire.
Yeah.
Later, Mel. Wish you were on.
Oh, Mel's there?
Yeah, he said, "Great job, fellas. Love you guys."
Yeah, that's about it. That's about time for the old man to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And so
What?
once again, now so once again, I am trying to run the muffin wheel tonight. The only thing is I do want it to get to 100. What am I running it for? Well, one of these boxes, right? Or actually just a little bit bigger. I'm going to fill this box with a bunch of stuff.
And then he's going to place the books
Don't
in
ask
so
me
they
what the
don't
fuck
get
is in
damaged.
it. Don't ask me what's going to be in it. It's just you're just gonna see me in that dress. It's gonna show up in the house, and you're gonna freaking take it, freaking like it. All right. So
Sign for
Box, too.
and then if you even want like extra shit, yeah, you can freaking buy one of the clearance shit, and I'll freaking.
Oh, there we go. I didn't have the chat open. I can't believe we're only at 67 people. Come on, man. Everybody needs to go share this.
Hey, freaking without Mel, man.
If we get to 100, I will give away one of my Tar and Clarks to somebody in the chat.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but is it going back to the whole Switch thing? But they're releasing a whole new one though.
That's what I
They're
heard
releasing
too.
a brand new one. Like, so the one that we have isn't the one that everything going forward. It's not going to be backwards compatible.
It never is, but I'll tell you what, it's the same thing with the Game Boys.
Yeah.
The handheld market is a very different market than the console market.
Yeah.
R.I.P. PSP, everybody.
Oh my god. That was a waste of money.
Yeah, I get that, but think about all the incarnations of the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Like when they had the 3DS and the DS, Nintendo DS, and the 3DS, and the 3DS XL, and the 3DX Lite, and I don't know all the names.
Man, all I remember is back in the day when I had my Game Boy, my homeboy who had that Sega version that had color, he could play that shit in the back seat of his parents' car.
Play it at night.
3-hour car rides at night.
I got that shit for my 8th grade graduation when it first came out, and I remember
me.
I remember getting it, and then it right after I got it, I was like, I didn't want to say nothing, but I was like, this shit is fucking bootsy. Like, I was like, this is like the worst fucking thing. Like, it wasn't even as good as the regular, I mean, yeah, it was old technology, but I was like Ultra said, the Sega one was better. The TurboGrafx 16 one was better. And those came out maybe a year later. Like, they were all better. It was just Nintendo just trying to be first to the market.
And everybody was trying to have accessories to make your Nintendo usable and
it had the little
magnifier.
Do you remember
the lighting on the side?
Do you remember the Snap-on light that would allow you to look at your screen in the dark?
Yeah. That shit was a fucking nightlight for fucking TV Guide or whatever.
There's so there's a big resurgence for retro gaming stuff.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
And then kids are modifying old school Game Boys to have OLED lights or whatever.
Well, here's one that you probably never saw coming. So I just went to Youmacon, which is the big Detroit anime convention here in Detroit, and it's Halloween weekend. So I've been going to this thing for years. It's fun and blah blah blah. But I might as well be an ancient boomer to those kids because they're like a light year ahead of me. But now my kids are like the under group of that group. And so this is an actual thing my son said coming home. Damn, I wish I would have had my N64 controller to play Smash Brothers with.
Oh, they had it. Everybody was there playing?
All of the kids that were owning people had the original had the original N64 controllers with an adapter that made it work with whatever the system they were playing on. And those kids could utilize those characters better because they're using the programming from the old N64 Smash Brother. Yeah. And everything's extrapolated off of that. So if you use the original N64 controller, you've got an edge up on all the other players.
Nice. That's how we used to keep all of our younger cousins tame. Go fucking throw the N64 on with Smash Brothers, and they would leave, and you'd be like, now we can go smoke.
And they ain't buying that to play GoldenEye. They're buying that to play Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Interesting. Here's one thing that I wanted y'all to keep an eye on. So this month, this is when the first units are supposed to go out.
I do, Mel. ColecoVision was the bomb.
Yeah, it was.
ColecoVision. Hell yeah.
So you guys remember Steam, right? That's the online platform that has a whole bunch of games. Well, they have
not in television, Mel. In television hockey.
Yeah, they have their own freaking little unit that's coming out, right? It's like a Switch. It's supposed to be like a Switch, but it's supposed to be able to do a little bit more. And what it's supposed to be, it's not just married to one type of game. PC games and all the other stuff, you're supposed to be able to play that on there. You're supposed to be able to put your own programs and all this crazy stuff in there. The only thing is it's kind of limited on capacity. Like I forget what the capacity of the one for $400 goes for, but there is one that's like $500. That one's going for that one has like 512 gigs, and then you should be able to add a memory card in there to be able to add more memory as you freaking need it. So that's supposed to, so the first units are supposed to be coming out this month. I don't know when the next units are supposed to come out. I don't think they're coming out till January or something crazy like that. Yeah, but that is definitely one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, someone at work showed me this, and then it was like something like where you had to pre-order like 6-8 months, almost a year in advance, to just like even like get the first batch and stuff like that. So I could have jumped in on this, but I was like kind of like, I'm not waiting that long.
Yeah. And then when it comes out the week of, you're like, fuck.
Man, my Steam ID is so old, it's only 6 digits.
Yeah, right. I look at this though, but I'm like, man, I wouldn't mind. I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind having that. Just with the games you can put on there.
Fully adoptable.
Yeah, man.
It's got you already know that Steam has a full library. All those games
Steam has
to be played on there. Yeah, and then you don't have to ask, oh man, is Steam going to come out with any new games? Like, bitch, they have already got a full library. They got games coming out every single freaking year, man.
So I got a spare Raspberry Pi I was going to use on a car project that I might be using. It's a 3B, so it's like the last 3. So I can load that up with a bunch of games. But if this thing that you got here, this Valve Steam Deck, if you can play PC games and literally legit like load them on an SD card and load them onto this thing and play them, yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, my son, he's playing 2 things right now with all of his old high school buddies because he's in college now. He's playing this game called Among Us.
Yeah, that's on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're all playing that. Yeah. But the thing is guess what? He's got to race back here to log on to his computer to play it. Yeah. This changes the game on that.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, my daughter, she's always having me buy games on Steam for her. They're like 99 cents. They're like a couple bucks. You buy like a bunch of games, and you get the full game. You know what I mean? It's
they brought GoldenEye back through Steam.
Like also with all of the people who are kind of trying to screw the system by getting you to buy this $50 download, and they didn't fully render it out when you get to stage 3. And, you hear a lot of these stories about game designers, trying to fuck people, on these downloads. This is kind of revolutionary to be able to have that control in your hand to throw it up against Nintendo and everybody else and say, look, man, some of these game designers, like whoever made Among Us, or I guess Fortnite. I don't know if you can play Fortnite on that thing.
Among Us is fun. If you play, I sit there and will play with my daughter and her little friends during the pandemic, and it's fun, man. I mean, it's a cool way to pass
that game took a great idea, and none of the big corporate tech money with 500 designers in 5 different countries and Zoom meetings. No, they just sat down and designed a cool game, and kids loved it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I think though that like if you
What game is this?
Among Us.
Yeah.
I
mean, a lot of those games that like when you get the Switch, all the games that are on the Nintendo eShop are better than the games you buy in the store, and they're like $5-10.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is Among Us is like, I mean, it's kind of like Vampire the Masquerade LARPing done as a video game, you know?
It's like it's the thing.
Yeah, it's the thing. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's so simple.
And everybody has a chance to be the thing at one point in time, and you got to try and figure out who it is before they kill you. And you can't tell your friend. You don't want to tell anybody who you are because it tells you at the beginning of the game who you are. Either you're either it or you're not. It's tagging the thing. Yeah. And you just go around and you're murking people and trying to act like you didn't do it. Like, oh, I didn't do that. Like, I didn't just cut their head off. Like, no, that wasn't me. You know what I mean?
Well,
big Halloween costume also from Amazon this year.
Last year, my daughter and my niece were Among Us. They had
kind of sus.
Yeah, it was exactly.
Yeah. Cover Lover said in the chat, one internet problem, solar flare, anything gone, and that's why I've been telling people for 4 or 5 years now, you had better have backups of physical media. I've got records. You know, Big Remo knows I got vinyl, I got cassette, I got DVD, I got VHS, I got beta, I got laser discs.
Yeah,
you name it, I've got a way to watch. What?
What's everybody going to do when Netflix and Disney Plus and HBO Max
it goes down the shitter.
all get ransomwared in the same day, and entertainment is full on fucking ransomware.
And guess what happens? I open, even if we lost the power grid, I open up my solar power charger, plug in my TV and a VCR, and I'm watching Blues Brothers. You know,
I got a PS2. I can play DVDs. I'm good.
So out here, Gavin Newsom signed where you can't have a gas-powered generators. Talk about people running out buying gas-powered generators.
We just buy diesel-powered ones, circumvent the law.
Wow,
dude, I mean, you can't even really have diesel out here.
That's the dumbest thing you can do is tell people you can't buy something that's legal to buy because they're going to go right out and buy it.
It's not legal. It won't be legal. They're trying to get rid of them.
But it's legal now, and you tell somebody you're thinking of banning something, you'll make the problem 10 times worse than it was.
The reason why they're doing it in the first place is because they're environmental, but basically it's because they know that people who I'll say they grow marijuana illegally. They have all the warehouse. They have all the generators out in the wilderness, and they're like, you know what I mean, growing and using it.
No, that's a straw man. That's a straw man. And Ultra, I'm going to go crazier than you on this one. There's 3 things they need to do to control you. Okay, and they know those 3 buttons. If they can block your internet, if they can block your power, and they can block your access to the banks.
Yeah.
And social media is the new thing. Like, remember whenever I lost their shit that Facebook was down for 6 hours?
Yep.
One day IG and Facebook was down. Everybody was losing their
they went crazy.
But here's the thing. Tell me that wasn't a test to see what happens when Facebook goes down.
This is only a test of the emergency broadcasting system.
They're going to do that.
But Gavin shut the power down.
But now there is.
You know, but I'm telling you, banks, power, internet, social media, it's all the strings that are attached to us, and they're all figuring out. And guess what? If you've got a way to get power when they want to push the button and turn your power off,
there it is right there.
That's all it's about. That's all. It ain't about.
They want to control who's able to
in the fucking hills.
Florida with their silly solar panels.
Because it doesn't make sense. If your power goes out, why do you need a generator that's running on electricity?
Yeah, you know, and I saw that report pop up on some news channel about how solar panels are bad for the environment. I'm like, you motherfuckers have been screaming that I need to go solar power for the last 20 fucking years, and now that I want to buy them, you're like, oh, these aren't good for the environment because
now that they're efficient enough.
Convenient, man.
Now that you can get tiles on your roof
That was because
it's like your shingles are actual fucking solar panels now.
So we had all the solar power companies that went out of business because when Obama came into office, he gave them all the money, and what they did was they pretended they were going to make the solar panels here, and what they did was they had them made in China, and then China fucked them when they sent them over here, and they were all pieces of shit.
Yep.
And it was only because they paid money instead of supervising what was going on by having it built here. You can order the products from China, but you have to assemble them here. But they were trying to circumvent that, and that's how they lost all their money. And then Elon Musk basically stepped in and was like, "Well, we'll make them too."
I just want everybody to know that these comments are not the thoughts of commentators.com.
I live right by it.
This is supposed to be a comic book show.
I live right by it.
All I know is Big Remo, we just had the moment from Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends? Oh, I think we did.
And I see it. And my friend was working there, and he lost all of his money to go to college because the company shut down. And they have promised
as fascinating as all this talk is, you're supposed to wait till later on in the show where we can say, hey, they were absolutely fucked up and drunk. We don't know what they were talking about. But we're only an hour in. You know, look, I
can't believe I was the only one that
Dennis, I'm going to ask you to please be quiet because I'm tired of the white vans coming by my house. Looking for you. Weird ass dude with sunglasses.
4 hours out of
I don't know no fucking
dude. You want me to start talking about ass butter? I can do that, Lucas.
That's not the dirt. See, everybody says I'm the dirty old man. That's the real dirty old man, but y'all are afraid to call him dirty. See?
That's how he gets away with it.
So for those who are wondering, this is Drunken Chat where we talk about comics. And we're going to talk about FOC comics right now. If y'all want to hear about conspiracy theories, we till later on in the show. Where I'm too drunk to talk about
my bad.
The late hours. Yeah.
I'm all out of conspiracy theories. All of them are coming true.
It started early tonight.
Yeah, I got right into it. All right. So there were some books that they decided to hold over. They were supposed to be last week and week before that, but they're still going strong. Star Trek Mirror, nobody care about Star Trek. Nobody cares about this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Special Shredder #1.
That's not true. Lots of people care about that.
All the
and I get great money on secondary market.
Let me tell you something. There's people who are quietly assembling these best of sets because they're all key stories for the characters.
And it's all new cover art.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're talking like Peach Momoko trading card level, but
yeah,
it's still good.
And then those solid colors, those do get a lot of damage when they come in. Like, and
do.
especially being thicker books, they get those binary tears as well.
Transformers, Ruckers, Tread, and Circuits. Not necessarily any good covers, but the one in the middle does intrigue me. It's got kind of Hot Tracks freaking vibe to it.
Oh, so that one intrigues you? Okay.
That first one is ill.
Well, I mean, they've tried with Hot Wheels before on Civil War II. I mean, that just could be because it was Civil War II. But like,
is that a motorcycle with a sword about to cut the car?
Ultra, I know you'll know what it is, but that's the middle one there. That's Brawn to the right. But isn't that a fucking GoBot in the middle?
That's not Brawn.
It looked like it.
Who is that then?
So the middle one is one of the Decepticons who's on Menasor. The one on the left.
That's one of those That's one of the GoBots from Gen 2, isn't it?
It's not a GoBot. No, these are the one on the left is one of the very late Transformers after the G1 stuff had ended in America, and they got smaller.
Yeah, those were called GoBots.
No, it wasn't the GoBot ones. I promise you.
They were Transformer GoBots. We're going to bet on that one.
But anyway, the one that's important is the one on the right, which is the retail incentive. It's your 1 in 10 variant. Thunderclash is not a new character, but he's somebody who's held in the same regard as Optimus Prime. He actually filled in for Optimus when Optimus took a sabbatical, and he actually held the Matrix. So that's kind of cool about him. But you guys know that this team of wreckers is supposedly their heavy hitting Black Ops team. This is not as heavy hitting Black Ops as the James Roberts incarnation of the Wreckers, which had a trilogy. And I highly recommend you read that trilogy if you like.
What are the Pretenders doing there?
They're involved in the story, actually. And Octopunch actually was on the retail incentive cover for issue number 2.
Okay, so should we pick this up or not?
If you're not a Transformers fan, probably not.
Okay.
But I do like that B cover. I do agree with you. The B cover looks cool. The Velocitrons are the ones that like to race a lot. So if I was a Transformer, I'd probably be a Velocitron wrecker.
Okay.
Or Titan. Yeah. See.
See. Lady Mechanica Monsters of Ministry. I don't know when was the last time that Lady Mechanica was actually relevant. But the cover A Benitez kind of has a manga feel, like they're trying to mix manga with steampunk, but I'm still not feeling it. I'm not feeling the 1-10 copy, the black and white. That's to the far right. Not feeling it at all. But it is what it is. Apparently, there's still Lady Mechanica fans out there.
Dude, Joe Benitez has a cult following with this book. He himself has a cult following too for his work, but
yeah,
this book has a cult following. I can't even begin to tell you guys. I pulled a Lady Mechanica #1 Campbell variant at a flea market in the middle of nowhere, Alabama. The books are out there, but the original miniseries issue 0 with all the variants, that's the one. Like if you really want to spec on her, find the issue 0 first. Was it Aspen who put it out originally?
Aspen started it.
Okay.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but there was a whole big time between I think 2 and 3 or 1 and 2 where they were making like little collected editions too.
Yes. And lots of con variants. It's basically it was like the Lady Death variant.
Yeah, they used that
cycle.
business model.
Yeah. So lots of good books out there though. Still,
yeah.
I mean, but are anybody on the panel into steampunk? Yeah.
No, but I'm into Lady Mechanica. I got all those 0 issues.
Nice.
I think Benitez is out here in Phoenix, isn't he?
Yeah,
Dennis. Yeah.
he's somewhere out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good spec.
But, you know, the thing is he had a moment. I'm not talking bad about him. I don't know what his situation was, but he had a moment where if he had just cracked ass, he would have just owned an entire segment of the industry, and he just let it slip through his fingers. And then it was just like I had 25 pulls for Lady Mechanica, and it just slowly dissolved to like 2 or 3 in like 2 years because they had no product to buy.
Yeah, I can see that being a problem. Yeah.
Remember, steampunk was a big deal.
All right, so moving on. Next one is Lunar Room #1. This is a holdover from last week. A couple of editions. Once again, this is the one from up-and-comer Maria Wolf. Interesting stuff. I still have not gotten a chance to freaking read it.
So this got an FOC push because this was on FOC last week.
Yes, sir. So on FOC again this week.
All right. Well, I
Which
know
publisher's doing this?
Vault.
I wanted to like this, but the more I looked at the art, there's no real solid theme between all the different covers. And to me, it hits on too many different bases and too many different games, you know?
What you talking about, man? She's a werewolf.
No, I'm just talking about the art style. There's no like cohesive theme to all the variants. It's almost like they're like, oh, let's see if we can do one like this, and let's see if we can do one like this, and let's see what, you know.
That's because each and every one is their own lone wolf.
They're all a one-woman wolf pack.
What's the furthest place from here? #2.
I thought it was interesting they're doing a vinyl record again for this, even though the
one per store.
Is it
What
once or
happened
twice?
with the first one? Did you guys ever get the word on that?
Nope, I didn't get any.
I ordered
this
100
week.
copies of it.
So what about
100
the
copies?
second print
Jesus.
that also came with the vinyl?
I haven't gotten those either.
Ah,
Wait, the
and
second
you
print
know
was
what?
vinyl
Like
too?
one of my many accomplishments on Twitter is being told by the writer that there will be no allocations of the second print. That's why there's an FOC. I'm like, oh, I'm like rolling over, dying, looking at that when I read it. I'm like, oh man.
Well, I have another story that
That's
relates
not
to
going to
this.
age well. But anyway, what's your story?
So I pre-ordered a vinyl record, and then it got pushed off. So I ordered this like 6 months
All
ago.
mine got canceled.
And yeah,
Really?
so they asked me like, "Oh, do you want to hold out for it, or do you want to cancel this order?" And then today I just got an email saying your order is now canceled. Like no choices. Like yeah.
Jeez.
No, they canceled all 100 copies of my vinyl, and I was like, I bought 100 copies of the book to go with the vinyl, and I did a variant on this thing to boot. You know, I chipped in on the variant with Hive, and you're just like, what the fuck, guys? What do you think you are, White from Black Mass Comics?
Yeah.
Well,
So they
it's
haven't
gonna
told
be
me
the
shit yet. So
Didn't their book before this have a huge gap in between it that killed it too? What is it? What was that first thing that the Rosenberg and what's his name did? That had all the same similar stuff. No Place or Far From Home or
And,
The Bank.
Four kids walk into a bank.
Back.
Yeah,
But that was under
It was under
Black
Black,
Mask.
right?
yeah.
4 kids walk into a bank. Is that what you're talking about?
It's either 4 kids walking to the bank or the other one. It's
We Can
somebody
Never
in
Go
chat
Home.
will-
We
yeah,
can never
We
go
Can Never
home.
Go Home. There you go. Yeah,
But
there
see,
was a
both
huge-
of those, they came out of all these books. They all come out of the gate. And we, the community, talk these things up because we're like, this is what you need to do with a comic book. This is how you launch. Oh, you guys are the smartest motherfuckers in the room because you came up with a vinyl record to listen to while you're reading it. And then the second tier is the retailers hear this and are like, fuck, I'm going to support these dumb motherfuckers. These guys are great. I'm going to order 100 copies of this and 100 copies of that, 150 copies of this. Boom, boom, boom. 7 naked lady tees and, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, canceled. But we'll still give you all the regular books because we got you on the hook for it. And then I'm just going to be like, oh, number 2? Okay, I'll buy 20. Fuck yourselves.
yeah. At that much shit.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel number 35 has got quite a few variants.
Is that's the 1 in 200?
That is not the 1 in 200. I apologize that I had the color scheme all fucked up, but there is going to be a 1 in 200.
But there's a Dodderman spoiler?
Yes, there is a spoiler.
Is that it?
So no, that is not it. In fact, let me if you give me 30 seconds, I can.
But I like what I'm
check.
seeing there. There's Marvels everywhere.
Well, let's see. Let me blow it up for
You
you.
feel me?
Because I don't think because when I looked last, it had not been. In fact, if it's a spoiler, they're not going to upload it. I know that for a fact. They're going to wait till
they'll black bag it or something or black logo it. Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
this is on FOC, so the previous issue is the one that has the art germ, isn't it? Yeah. And that one's got a 1 in 200 also. So they got a fucking 200 copy incentive for 2 issues.
It makes me think that they're going to do something like kill somebody big.
No, dude, they're going to bring fucking Marvel back.
I think that's the other. Yeah.
I mean,
You know what? And I'll tell you what. I've got a copy of Captain Marvel #1 signed by Stan Lee and Roy Thomas, and I've had it on eBay forever. And I've had the biggest bunch of douchebags trying to nickel and dime me down on that thing. And I had somebody call me today and was like, tell Dennis I'll give him $500 direct wired to his bank account for it right now. And I'm like, no, tell him I'm not interested. And then hang up.
So that Devil's Reign variant, she's fucking Mole Man.
Mole Man's big pimpin', man.
Okay. Wow.
All right, here's one that I think is going to be heavily over ordered. I don't see how any retailer would not order a whole bunch of these.
Cover C is
Electra.
going to send it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I don't even know if I had that one yet. But Electra, Black, White, and Blood, #1. John. Oh, excuse me. There's a whole bunch of them.
That looks like John Boy Myers in there. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's see. Let me see if I can dig up that Mirko one, huh? I want to see that now. See, now you got me curious and looking.
I think this was on FOC. It started last week, right?
Yeah, it was last week.
Okay. I already ordered. I think I ordered up 50 copies of this just off of that variant.
The 125 is the first one or the third?
No, the 1 in 25 is the Sienkiewicz all the way to the right.
Okay.
And I believe the Ramita is the first one there.
Right, okay.
And I think the John Boy is the one in the middle.
You're correct.
That's kind of dope, too, though.
Yeah, John Boy's looking a little J. Scott Campbell-y.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he always has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other thing that you could have done on this one is throw a Miller on there. Give me a 1 in 50, original Frank Miller redo black and white and red.
And then all of a sudden, we see a hidden gems.
Yeah, that's what I would do. In fact, I'll send an email to Diamond or to Marvel on Monday and tell them what the fuck are you doing, man.
I don't actually see that Mirka anywhere on the list, man.
Yeah, it's there. It's just they don't have the
art for it.
Oh, can we talk about that real quick, Lucas?
Go ahead.
Mocha ratio?
Yeah, because it's not showing in the regular section.
Oh, there it is.
So this
what
one
the
is
fuck is up with all the variants, man? They haven't updated these variants on Saturdays and Sundays now.
Well, it's because they're still getting ransomed, and they
I'm
have a
talking
lot.
about Penguin Random House.
Yeah.
Marvel isn't getting the shit to Penguin, or Penguin isn't getting the shit on the page, and then I go over to Diamond to look at it, and their image not. I'd say Lucas, 75% of the covers aren't even viewable.
Yep, which is crazy. So when you go to Diamond, like most of the shit is not there. So thank God for Penguin, and I go to Penguin, and some more of the stuff is there, but most of the stuff that I really want to see is just not there.
Yeah.
So how in the heck are you supposed to make a business decision on buying something that's not even there?
All right, well, that Mirka is gone. Can't see it anywhere.
Go to his Instagram.
Yeah, I'll look for it. I'm just interested because they always slide these unknown Mirka and Dolpho covers. Like they did one with what was it last week? Once in Future, the incentive for Once in Future had one.
Right.
I was like,
where are you looking in Diamond?
Yeah, I was actually looking on Previews World. Yeah.
Yeah, freaking Diamond. They're off anyway. They're days off sometimes, but it's still in the Penguin Random House system. It's still there. It's just no photos there. And then for #2, and this one is not on until FOC a little bit later. This is the Adam Hughes Black, White, Red, and Blood.
Yep.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong book. Silly me.
Nice.
Good stuff.
And then the art's not there. Okay.
Yep.
Found it.
Those Black, White, and Red and Blood or whatever are beautiful. All of them.
Yep. Inferno #4. It's got quite a few covers. I do like that one to the far left, and I know it's tiny with that Jerome Opeña. There's a Momoko. That the call isn't half bad. This one, that Foreshadow Giant, that's the one that's
what's on the right
one.
There.
Yeah.
Tight.
Is that
it's Moira?
And in fact, when you look, in fact, be careful because you'll see there's a totally different art that's out there. But the art that's out there is similar to her midriff. It's crazy because when you go to the Diamond system, it's a totally different artwork, and you're like, it's whatever. So when I went to the Penguin Random House thing to check out what's going on with it, it was this thing. So this one's been hitting out there. So you got to be careful. Then here's some of the incentive variants. One to the far left, that's not an incentive variant. I forget who did that one, but these are some other hidden joints as well. So the Koala variant, that's the one in the middle. And then there's the Udon Gem variant, and then the one
Wow.
to the right. Oh, excuse me. The one to the right is the
This is the
Udon
Udon.
and Gem variant. Yeah, and then the one to the one right next to it, that's the Mirage.
That's going to be
So,
a heater for sure, and they're gonna use that to try to carry the sales of this series. But it's okay. Issue 3's got my 1 in 25. I've got my pre-order in, so it's cool. And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, well, you're probably not chasing the set, and you're going to be behind anyway.
some really good stuff happening with Inferno.
Well, it's Hickman's writing, like he's actually writing the book, not just orchestrating and being like editor in chief of the House of X.
Yeah.
That's not going to end. That's going to last for long, right? He's done doing that.
Well, from what the girl who's doing the trial of Magneto or whatever, she said that that's not the case. Like Hickman is basically Papa Hickman, like he orchestrates X.
Yeah, I heard he's not going to be writing it. He's going to be overlooking everything, though.
Yeah, I think Hickman's on his way to becoming editor in chief at Marvel eventually.
Awesome
He should be.
sauce.
He should have been a long time ago, in my opinion. But but if they actually do that, and Hickman is able to bring in everything that he's orchestrated in the past for all the other titles that excluded every mutant, and then this wonderful story he's doing with the
Fantastic
mutants,
Four stuff.
and kind of just put them together, and
Think about it.
it'd be awesome, right?
Okay, this one is probably the worst one. I don't even know why they needed so many covers, and because all of them, except for maybe the Torrin Clark one, were pretty bad. Luke Cage, City on Fire #1. I did not like any of these. If somebody said, "Hey, I really like that Torrin Clark one," I could see it, but I really didn't like any of them.
Is the Torrin Clark the first one or the third one?
It's the one to the far right.
It can't be the one to the far right. That's Jade. That's
John Cassaday.
Oh wait, no. Torrin Clark is doing a Cassaday sig.
Is he?
Yeah, TC.
Yeah,
You're right.
it looks like the John Cassaday signature too.
Yep, you're right.
So what's it's Miles' 10th anniversary variant where he's wearing another variant of a costume that he's not going to wear in
story.
Yeah. Like there's some cool ones out there, man, that we're never going to fucking see. It really sucks.
When's Todd Nollick gonna stop doing those covers?
He's
Those
never going
headshots.
to stop doing it.
When
And
people
you know,
stop buying
honestly, the Venom one was probably his best one thus far.
I'm just glad they're not making them the incentive covers anymore.
They were incentives for a while.
I think they were. at
Legacy.
one-
They were all 1 in 10s.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But that wasn't Todd Knock doing all of them, though.
Yeah, it was.
No, there's other people doing them too.
Oh, you're right. Zdarsky did a couple. You're right. Because Todd's too slow to do one
That's
headshot
right
of
there.
every
do any more than the hedge, right?
Her first appearance on that cover right there, so everybody's going to be going
Yep.
fucking ham for it.
But you can order as many as you want, so it's going to be worthless.
and this is the second time it's been on FOC.
Yeah.
Aha!
Oh,
Joke's
wow.
on you. It's going to be delivered in the worst box possible, and that all black spine right there is going to show a whole bunch of breaks. So you can order 3 million of them, but if only 1,000 of them come out, not 8.
May fortune be in your favor,
There you go.
And then so the good thing is that now, versus last week, we got a few more of the covers that are out.
Okay, that one on the right that says waterproof is fucking retarded. I'm sorry. It's stupid. That one's fucking stupid. Like that one's full.
I think it's an ad for a watch. I think the whole point of it is an ad for a watch.
Yeah, it's an ad for a watch and a waterproof Namor. I get it. But really,
I like a lot of the themes, though.
We're in a paper shortage. Did we need that? Did we really need that last one? We could have done with 7. And I'm putting my hand over that one right now and just looking at the remainder of them and being like, those are all really, really cool. Looking at that one, I'm like, the fuck is that doing there?
The first 4 are awesome, and I would buy every one of those.
The Rogue one is really cool, especially if you
Yeah.
know her history.
But I hate the Stormbreaker fucking box on all of them, and you know it's going to take up all that art room. I hate the Stormbreaker logo.
Yeah,
Just put it on the back.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
And on the back, it's got a giant logo that says Stormbreaker on top of that. So it's like, what's the point?
So send an email, Dennis.
They don't listen to me all the time.
Tell them Lucas said.
Well,
That way they can fuck up my box
Dennis,
even more.
next time they have an open mic, you can just let them know that.
I'll
See,
tell
that's
you
why.
what,
That's why they don't show up to Baltimore Con anymore, man.
if you told me that Diamond and DC created COVID just to be able to shut down the retailer summits to keep me from asking questions, I'd probably agree with you.
It looks like the Kane covers don't have the Stormbreakers logo on it.
Because it's the A cover.
But what about the one in the corner with Ramatut and Dr. Doom? It doesn't have
That's
the-
true.
That's the timeless. That's the timeless Kirby, I think.
Hidden gem. I think
Yeah.
that's what you're looking for there. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
going to be
hidden
like
gem.
the super incentive.
Yeah.
And then all the rest are Stormbreakers, apparently,
Open order.
except
Yeah.
for the waterproof one, which I can't see.
Waterproof is James Bond.
I can't
Well,
see because the
actually, it
Comic
is a
Crusaders
Stormbreaker
logo.
because the Comic Crusader
Yeah.
podcast logo's over it.
That's what I was going to say. But still, the Rogue one. So let's talk about this one for a second there. You see one that looks like Sailor Moon, and then you see one that looks like
Yeah.
Savage Land.
It
Who
reminds
did
me
that
of
one? Because it's gorgeous.
I'm not sure to see.
it reminds me of some of the multiple man covers.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see, that one is by Carmen Canero. Yeah, the Rogue
Hey.
one is by Carmen Canero.
Who did the
Okay.
Hulk one?
Do you think they expanded the FOC on this because of some of the Disney Plus Day announcements? Because like
I don't think so, Aaron. I honestly think that
it's just a coincidence.
no, I think they pushed it back because none of these covers were available to look at on Sunday, and I doubt anybody ordered 80% of these covers without being able to see them first.
Yeah.
Exactly. They looked at their orders and they were like, "These are abysmal. What the hell? Put them back on."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. At least
Well,
I know
I'm
I
sure
can copy.
they probably looked at it and said, "Why the fuck didn't anybody order this? This Hulk cover? That's the best one." They're like, "Well, sir, we didn't show it to anybody."
What was the other cover somebody wants me to look at? See which artist it was? Somebody? All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wastelanders Star-Lord #1. I don't know why they're still up with this Wastelanders stuff.
They're
but
pushing the Old Man Logan shit here with it too. So, but this was on FOC last week. It got pushed again too.
yeah.
Yeah, because they didn't show. They only showed the A cover. And I was like, yeah, nobody's gonna order that because there's nobody to tell what the incentive looks like. And there's your cover B.
Is this like a follow-up story to Old Quail?
This is Old Man Quill transformed from the Wastelanders podcast that they were doing into a comic book format. So I don't know if it's in the Old Man Quill story universe. It probably is. If the Old Man Quill stuff takes place in the same universe as Old Man Logan and Old Man Hawkeye.
Yeah. Let's see.
Who's writing it? Is Charles Sachs writing it, or
Soleil.
Ethan Sachs?
Let's see. Probably should have these notes somewhere around here, huh?
Nah, we don't care usually.
Don't worry about it. Just skip forward.
By Stephen S. DeKnight and Will B.
Who?
Exactly.
No idea.
Let's see. Let me actually check on that. The screen. Yeah, comic script by Stephen DeKnight, illustrated by Will B. All right, Basilisk #5. This one is a really great concept. It's got the American Gods vibe, but all of these gods are badass. It'll kill you on sight. They don't give a damn. I do like the one to the far right, but this is one that's going to sleep upon sleep upon sleep until we get some headway as to what's going on with this. Are they going to freaking option? Are they going to adopt this one? This one's just going to sleep.
So I can tell you that the Christian Ward one looks amazing.
Is that the one to the right?
That's the one in the middle. The one on the right is definitely the Raphael Albuquerque variant. So the cover C 25 copy is going to be that with trade dress.
Yeah.
I need to catch up on the series.
You know, I'll tell you what, man. Where the fuck was Albuquerque before Boom tapped him to start doing all of their main variants?
Thanos 13, 1 in 25.
Before that.
Rebirth, right? Wasn't he doing some stuff for DC?
Yeah, he did that sick ass Joker cover.
He's
canceled.
Yeah, that's true. That one from Endgame that almost happened. Yeah, the one with Joker pushing.
Killing Joke comments.
Yeah.
Published.
You're right.
Doing this point at.
I think they made him lay low for a couple of years, and they put him on ice till they could drop him back out.
Yeah.
Or he basically said, "Fuck you! If you're going to censor me like that, I'm not. I'll go do something else." And then they begged him to come back at some point.
There is a print at that cover. You can the Batgirl cover you can buy on eBay.
Supposedly he canceled that himself. That the backlash was so bad that he asked Marvel to do it himself. Do I believe that? No,
DC.
But that's what he says. Yeah,
Right.
DC. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe anything that came out of DC at that period of time.
You know, there's bootlegs that are floating around for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you can buy the blank and have
people staple that shit to a fucking Batman book.
But there is that variant that we talked about. What did we talk about on some show last week? There's a variant of that. Is it Hack Slash?
Oh yeah.
Moving on, Buckhead #1. I'm not exactly sure. I forget what it's about. The only one that looks intriguing to me is the one to the far right, and that's only because it looks like they're fighting against like some kind of like African gods or something, or like the African trickster gods. I don't know.
Strange Academy in Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on, but I'm gonna keep an eye out on this one. Maybe pick up that FOC reveal variant. Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer #1.
What the fuck? Did she go to the fucking Old Man Logan universe too?
Yes, she did.
God damn it!
So this is she's been transported to the future, but somehow when she's in the future, she's now 50. The only reason why I brought this book up, normally I would just ignore Buffy, is because in this list it does talk about the little girl that she's supposed to be helping, and it speaks very highly of that little girl. So that's the only reason why. Once again, this is only for those Buffy Vampire Slayer fans. Not saying speculate on this one, but just putting that out there. Another list to ignore is Getting Dizzy #2. I read #1. It was crap. Yet they decided to not only put out a #2, but to put out a 1 to 25 and a 1 to 10.
What publisher is this?
I forget, man.
Boom.
I really don't care enough to fucking actually look it up, man, because it was really bad. It was really terrible, right?
Boomer Image.
Okay, do they think that the people that are chasing incentives are really chasing after this shit?
Hey man, do you not like roller derby?
Well, it's not even that, Lucas. If and let's just say it's Sally Smith is the writer of this, and Sally Smith is sitting there seeing that Getting Dizzy isn't getting 1 in 25s, but Buffy and the other books, the other 3 books that are on the same FOC, all get 1 in 25s. Sally Smith is like, why don't I get a 1 in 25? You're not treating me the same as you're treating Firefly.
Yeah.
So everybody gets a 1 in 25.
You gotta sell some books to get these. Firefly is selling 25 books.
Right.
Magic the Gathering, number 9. Once again, this is a title that I necessarily wouldn't hype up, but I do like that one to the far right. That's the Currency Hinton Spark variant. And you know what? I don't hate any of these freaking covers. All of the
Yeah, they're
covers
not
are
bad.
good.
That Tiger one's pretty dope too.
I just think, and this is now the third attempt at Magic the Gathering comic books.
I'm surprised I haven't thrown in cards yet with these.
Well, they did at IDW, but they only were allowed to throw in like common piece of shit cards.
Right.
And then the original comic book would throw in packs and token counters, and they actually had some really cool shit. But these, I don't even think they're allowed to use the cover artists from the Magic the Gathering card pool. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a shame because like
Yeah.
all those artists are like absolutely insane.
To me, that's what would pull the crossover. You got to use the art from the cards to attract the card people to read a comic book,
Or at least the artists.
right?
Because you're going to end up throwing the new customer off, and they're going to think these characters are how they look, and then they go and buy the cards, and they look nothing like them at all. Like, not even close. Like,
Right.
not even in the same ballpark, you know?
Yeah. No, to me, it's just a missed opportunity. You know, to get Magic the Gathering, a card game, and a comic book to merge, it's got to be perfect. And so far, I don't think any of the companies have done it perfect.
No.
Yeah.
Except for the first one was technically the best.
But they're so card and comic collecting. I mean,
Oh, I take it back. The first company did a whole bunch of different stuff, but they did like Fallen Angel. They did a comic book about the card Fallen Angel and the character of the Fallen Angel, like a 2-part. And when you read that, you're like, oh, that's what that character is? Oh, excellent.
Yeah, but it's two different collectibles.
It is.
in the sense that like these cards are serve a dual purpose. They can be collected, but they also serve a purpose in a game. Whereas a comic book collector is collecting it either to have the run or to flip it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If you don't make that card, like the IDW, when IDW did Magic comic and card, they sealed it, shrink wrapped it with a card, but the card was just a common. And I mean, we all collect cards. You know, what do you do with the common card that is worthless?
I got them standing on a pile right now of common.
But if you made those a different level of holographic, or maybe they all had, you know, something different.
Well, like for instance, when you put these covers up, I looked at the one in the middle with the guy in the axe.
Mm-hmm.
I like anime, but I like that cover, but I know that's not going to make me want to go. I'm not going to go buy the cards.
Are you going to buy the 8 issues before this because that cover is that cool?
Yeah, that's it. I'm just going to buy that because I think it's cool, but it's like the average person isn't going to go and buy the cards. So I think they're trying to separate the two. They're kind of trying to say, hey, this is as popular. You have something in common with your kid. You know what I mean? That buys the cards, and this is a book that you'll like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the stories are basically, you know, contingent on the card play. It has no storyline. It's characters within a universe or a world, and you're just having little missions in between in that world. Whereas a comic is a story, so you have to write out a whole, you know.
I mean, technically, I think that first cover is probably more indicative of what would draw. You know, it's like, oh, here's all the characters I like to play.
But it's issue number 9.
I know. Exactly.
It's like you see this cover with all these dope ass characters. Now it's like, fuck, I gotta go buy 8 issues to bring me up to speed. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like,
it's a gathering.
Paperback.
You have to gather the magic.
Right? Like,
if you don't gather all 9 issues of the magic,
these would be all like cover buys, which is nothing wrong with it. But I mean, it's to get the 50s. Like, come on, man.
Have you guys been seeing like how drastically different too? They're making the 25 and the 50 copies basically the same thing, just trade dress without.
Yeah,
right.
But all the Planeswalker variant or whatever they want to call it, cover B by Elizabeth Torque. Come on now, You know, I mean, like they know what they're doing over there.
Yeah.
And it's helping because stores still want the 50 copy.
Yeah.
Of course, they want you to buy that many, but I mean, who's going to buy that many? Like, unless you collect these cards and you collect comics, like, you're not going to go buy 50 or 25, or the store is not going to buy 50 or 25.
Unless the store also sells Magic cards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
So one of my LCSs is a big, gaming community place too as well.
Well, Cover Lover hit pretty good on that too.
I was reading that too.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I was trying to say. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. Now, if the comic book were Dungeons and Dragons versus Magic, I think you would get a whole lot of people.
Or like the Fortnite Batman. That was strictly because the kids that play Fortnite, you were in like immediately. Like my daughter was like, "Dad, can you buy this comic book?"
And I'm just like, only a half a second extrapolation from there to put a digital code that allows you to get a Magic the Gathering card online.
Exactly.
Batman Fortnite did it, and they did well. So.
Yeah.
You got to do something like that. Like that's the only way. Like, you'll get in.
We're not thinking outside the box. We're trying to figure out a way to punch the edge of the box into another form so that we can fit something else inside the box.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. My kids know a million names of YouTubers that I have no fucking clue, and they all have a million followers. Not one of them is writing a fucking comic book right now. Where the fuck?
Guys, remember, Boom execs love Mel, and they love the show.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not trying to.
I'm just saying.
Knows I love him.
No, what I'm trying to say is Magic the Gathering trading card variant. Where the fuck are you?
Right,
like,
no, exactly.
I've been waiting issues for that shit.
I would say say the same thing to Ross Ritchie if he was right here on this podcast.
Give the people what they want. Like, if you want to attract Magic the card players,
the fact is that 1 in 50 should be a Black Lotus or a Mox or Time Twister or a dual land.
Something that's going to make not only the card player run out there and try and buy it, but the person who collects the book.
Can you pop over to my variant real quick?
Well, I was going to also say, like, a lot of Magic card collectors also collect all the borderless cards where it's like full art, exactly like a Virgin cover would be.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I think it would be dope if they were like Frazetta covers.
That's exactly what I'm doing. And I mean, dude, my phone's been... Oh, go up to the top there. My phone's been dinging off the whole time I've been on with you guys from sales. That's a movie poster. Anybody who's ever read Conan or wants to read Conan knows what the fuck that is. Yep. That's one of the most iconic things you can see that's related to Conan. That and a Frazetta piece, but we actually tried that one and it's got a titty. It's iconic!
There you go.
And you know what else? You know what sucks too about Conan's story is that whole deal in the movie with his dad's sword.
Yeah.
And how differently it plays out in the comics.
Right.
It's getting weird. No, they just got off a storyline where
somebody else at Marvel was obviously spying on us because did you guys hear about a King Conan series being announced?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Shortly there.
I'm still waiting on that check, and I'll be waiting.
Actually, I'll tell you. When you guys mentioned that, I was actually 2 weeks in to negotiate that. They had that one before you guys. I was already negotiating on a variant for that one.
No. So we've been talking about that since the Conan is Dead series.
I've been talking about that since all the Sumerian books been hitting over on a blaze like fire. Like, where's the King Conan? Like, because I kept saying, like, if Marvel's not going to give me fucking King Conan, will a Blaze do it? Like,
but even those books are getting allocated.
Yeah. Let's keep it going because I know the old man on the show might be falling asleep pretty soon. And I want to. Red Room Trigger Warnings #1. This one was on last week. The cover is pretty good, and it's going to be on FOC again this week.
You might be off on this one because I thought for some reason it was 1 in 25 for the top variant.
Yeah, there's a Momoko.
Yeah, they're okay. Let me see.
Because I could swear I just ordered this today.
Let's see.
Well, didn't she do a issue?
Yes, there is.
one?
Yes, there is a 1 in 25.
Okay.
So there's a 1 in 5, 1 in 10, and there is a 1 in 25. So I just don't have.
No, sorry, I was like, I remember I was forced to order 25 of this piece of shit today.
Well, she did one for the first series, right? Just
Yeah.
for regular.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, and I did not like it.
It hit hot for whatever reason, but
Yeah.
Well, it's because it was a super under-ordered Momoko.
mm.
Just like that Besh is cover A, son. What?
Yes, cover fucking A for the Rose base.
But why is she drawing White Queen over here in Dynamite, though?
Why not?
I mean, no.
They stole fucking NYX's fucking title from Marvel.
Yeah, what's up with that, man? Like,
Well, a Nyx is an old mythological reference and name, so it can be used by, basically anybody.
Yeah, Nikki Barucci is like the Sci-Fi Channel Thor movie.
All right. So then, most of those covers that I had, there's like a whole bunch of different covers, but most of those covers are just by the same artist, same thing. I do
But they're all white. You see, they're all White Queen. Everybody feel me on this one?
Yeah.
So pick your favorite variation.
Yeah. The one to the far right, that one's got more of a manga tint, more of a manga feel to it. So I like that one.
I'll buy a
red
couple
line.
when they're on the 25-cent sale.
Here's an interesting one. Once again, everybody saw how Stray Dogs did. Now everybody wants to be Stray Dogs.
Motherfucking goose, though. That I like.
I actually bought in on this one. It's cool. You know what? You've hit on almost all the ones that I just spec bought today. That's Amanda Connors doing an Aftershock Pulp Fiction cover. The She-Hulk Pulp Fiction, and I can't pronounce the girl, Maria something, Eros. They did a Pulp Fiction that's good. Pulp Fiction covers are hot. Homages are hot. And then in Scarface is just a whole nother thing.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let me... Right, next one.
There might be a homage around,
What's that now? Hold up.
That was a DC book, so it's worthless.
What's this?
Yes.
Yeah,
book.
The one that you try to warn people about way in advance.
What book is that?
That was the static #4 variant cover, the Akira homage.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the one again. You try to inform people way in advance of something like that coming out. But this also right here.
Yeah, this is once again, DC is not getting enough respect. They have some really good covers. Batgirl is #1. They've got two covers where it's like Batgirl, and I forget the name of the other one, but one masked, the other one unmasked. Those
are
look
connecting
really good.
variants too, by the way.
Yes, I'm trying to think. How did I have it? Let me see if I can blow it.
In Yuck Lee, left side, right side.
Yeah.
Yep, they do.
Boom.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's kind of nice.
There we go.
Yeah.
So you have to buy 2 covers to connect that week. The whole point of connecting covers is you have to collect them and connect them.
Well, they're just trying to get you to buy at least 5 copies of their book every week. Is DC
Lucas,
doing
I
that?
love you, man, but DC's got to earn respect before they get respect.
Oh.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yes, this whole Fear State and the whole new Black Batman, they've got a while to go. But some of the other stuff.
Wait, there's
they've
good
done.
news, though. Dennis, there's really, really good news. You know why?
Oh, CW. Naomi's coming out on CW.
No. I'm not talking about that at all.
Oh.
I'm talking about this book right here. Because if everybody's ordering all these connecting variants, it's going to make the Rian Gonzalez 1 in 25 really, really accessible for the collectors.
Boom.
Okay. Go on.
1 in 25s to the right.
Over there on the right hand side. It's the one with that
Pizza and video games.
Pizza video games. The little
It's a cool cover.
passed out puppy dog. But no, man. I mean, look, if you're not into Rian Gonzalez, you're not into her.
I love Gonzalez, but I love Gonzalez on X-Men books because they might actually do something down the way because we'll eventually get some X-Men.
If they're playing Mario Street Fighter on the TV and it's Batman against Nightwing.
Yeah.
Why is the TV behind them and they're looking
It's a
forward?
reflection. I think it's a reflection or it's like a projector, you know what I mean? Like type of
My
deal.
projector don't do that.
I think they're trying they're trying to show you what they're looking at, basically.
Reaching.
Yeah, that is not.
Because you see it's backwards. If you notice, it's backwards on the wall, reflecting on the wall.
Let's see. Let's see. Because it reminds me of this piece of art by Rochlin. If I can't find it quickly, I'm not going to freaking show it. But nope, it's not here. But so the one in the middle, that's by Yoshitaka Amano, and in order to get it, retailers had to buy a minimum of 250 of those bad boys.
Not a combination of A cover and B cover and C cover. But they do qualify for incentives.
So when they do stuff like that, is that to kind of discourage the average person from trying to purchase all of that and try and get the stores to do that? Or they don't
it's basically an exclusive variant cover that Lunar Distribution pushes for themselves as basically a Lunar variant.
But they're making it so like you got to buy 30 of this one, or you know what I mean, 250 total. Of
making them buy 250 copies at minimum is probably barely covering their printing costs on that one. But I mean, it's a business model. I don't know if it works or not, but it's definitely a business model.
So that's the actual variant right there. The titties hanging out.
No. That's where I have a feeling somebody might have stolen this idea from. This has been out for like years. This is by my girl Rocha Lynn. And I've seen many try and replicate it, but they just can't get the vibe going. Rocha Lynn.
Well,
she's got some incentive variants.
The current generation Gamer Boy.
I did that on my 2011 pinup calendar, cosplay pinup calendar.
And then she's already done some Harley Quinn covers. And as you can see, like, I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing, but that's Harley Quinn right there.
Yeah, I see it.
Nice.
That's the same art like on that game, on that Gun Honey cover, the same type of art for that one in the bathtub. Looked almost real, but it was animated kind of.
Mm-hmm. Oh, almost in that anime style.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn, the animated series, the Eat, Bang, Kill Tour #4.
The fuck?
Now here's what's.
Hold on, you glossed over that real quick. Did you look at? Hold on.
Go back.
Hold on.
Yeah, she's riding an ostrich. Yeah, I know it's.
Yeah, but the art looks like shit.
Yeah, like that.
Well, it's it's.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
It's lifted from the digital comic, so it's not the.
Okay, so here's the
solicit comic's fault.
So once again, so here's the solicit after being called up by a new villain known as Memphitic. So there's possibly a new villain in this one.
It's a man.
Oh no!
It tosses a sludge, aiming to
he's
sink
gonna die.
Ivy and Harley head to Detroit to take matters into their own hands, but Vixen isn't having all of this chaos in her city, and she's ready to clean up the place. So there's the first appearance of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. It
like
debuted a week ago.
She's like a leopard that has two leopards, or
I love how Vixen has two different costumes too.
Oh yeah,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's true.
One's yellow and then the other one's on some orange.
Is the classic? Yeah.
Well, didn't they also throw her in that Justice League Unlimited?
Yeah.
or Justice League United.
She was at the end of the one and the beginning of the other.
Yeah, so she's already appeared.
Yeah.
All right. So the one that's really kind of interesting is the one to the far right. And it first initially pissed me off because I was looking at it on a monitor that the graphics weren't that freaking good. And I was like, really, guys, you just gonna freaking sell like a black freaking
tilt
thing?
your head this way to see it.
Yeah, but if your monitor has a little bit better resolution, and I switch it to that one, then you can see that what they're going for. So this is the blackout joint. So they're just using different variations or a palette of black in order to get this effect, and it's good. But is it 1 to 25 good? I don't think so.
Okay. Better question is it a complete ripoff of Dark Ages from, I don't know, 3 months ago?
Or the Midnight Suns run a couple years back.
Most likely. Go on.
Yeah.
You reading Dark Ages? It's actually not that bad.
It's not, but it's definitely came out 3 months before this.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You know, it's sad because Dark Ages hasn't released issue 3 yet.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Those books got fucked up in that first Diamond debacle. Or that one, 2 weeks ago when all the books came.
I'll tell you what, have we had the conversation of IDW? Where the hell is IDW printing their comics now? Because everything comes over here on storage containers.
Isn't IDW going to Penguin pretty soon?
They are, but it doesn't matter that all their books are getting printed over in Asia and sent over here on cargo ships.
Jesus.
But they're getting here.
They are.
Or they're sending them by plane.
Future State Gotham number 8.
Next Joker, huh?
Yes, the next Joker. He looks
Interesting.
really silly and whatever, but he's the next Joker.
So is that the 1 in 25?
That's actually a great looking cover, man.
Yeah,
That's the A cover.
Yeah.
No, that's Simone DeMeo's A cover. Yeah, I recognize
Well, and
that.
my guess is Grifter part of this? Because that's probably a new Grifter, too.
Yeah. Well, he was in the.
Well, he's
First
the
is-
same grifter. He's eternal, so he's gonna stick around for a while. And
What was the one where he was what's his name's bodyguard in that? What was that? Future State? What was that?
Next Batman, maybe?
I forget. Was it next Batman? No, there was one where it was only 2 issues.
yeah, that was the Future State 2-issue series.
But I forget what it was called. It was Future State something, but it was like him and he was like a bodyguard for.
Yeah, and everybody was going ham. Well, that was actually Batman where he came over, and he's Ghostmaker. Was it Ghostmaker's bodyguard?
Yeah, but like whatever the real persona was like.
Anybody want to bet $1 that the Joker is non-gendered?
No, I don't want to lose.
Yeah, I
that.
don't even want
I
to.
think it's female. I think they've already talked about that, haven't they?
Oh, have they? Okay. Then
It's not Tim
I'll
Drake.
withdraw my bet.
No.
Wouldn't it make more sense just to make Punchline the next Joker at that point, then?
Well, because I mean, Tim Drake was supposed to be eternal, and like Lazarus broke his neck, and Lazarus juiced himself back to life. That's what happened to him in Future State, isn't it?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah. It was a 2-issue Robin Eternal or whatever it was.
But yeah, so both of these are open order.
Yeah.
I Am Batman number 4. The one to the far right is 1 to 25 by Max Dunbar.
Is DC still charging $1 more for their cardstock?
Some of them are
Some of them-
$6.99.
Some of them are $9.99.
That's true.
What the fuck you talking about?
That's true.
Let's see. I Am Batman. Yeah, these are $4.99.
Yes, they are. They are charging more money, but you know what? I'll be damned if they don't come in better shape too.
Mhm.
True. Yeah. That the only issue that I have is there should be a lot more 9.9s floating around.
It should be.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
and look, they're
CGC.
continuing on with the tarot reading. And now we have the High Priestess.
See, right there. That's what I was talking about. If they can do this with tarot cards and I can do it with a movie poster. Magic cards. Come on.
Right.
Roster, get on it.
Yeah.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, number 6. I actually like both of these covers.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Which one's the
face
one
is
to the
kind
right?
of fucked up on the one on the right.
Let's see, the one to the right.
Yeah, that foot doesn't look all like that.
Oh, that's
the Steve Rude. Yeah.
That's the Steve Rude?
Yeah.
Holy shit, Steve. Good job, man.
Let's be getting some. Look at the way that girl looking back at him.
You right?
Yeah.
She looking a little nice and thick too.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. And she knows she got it. You got that. She got that look like if you don't know what's waiting on you up these stairs.
Mhm. Do I got to hold your hand?
That's how Power Girl was born.
Right.
Go on, take me by the hand. I'll go with you.
Yeah, you better turn
And
that
then
PlayStation
look
off.
at this. Look at this. Look at this.
It's a great cover.
Titans United number 4. The Kale and Yu cardstock variant. Love it.
Oh, Diana.
So at this point, I was like, damn, no. Even though
Or
DC
Donna.
has fewer titles,
Yeah. Why does Donna Troy have her name written on a building?
Because if you have not noticed, the background on all of the Titans United variants has their name.
She's standing on a black and white TV.
The previous one, yes,
It does look like it.
The previous one had Beast Boy on it, and it said Beast Boy in the background of it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So that's basically what the variant covers are going for. That's going to be every one of them is going to be showcasing one of the Titans on the cover, and then it's going to have their name somehow fabricated into the background drawing. But yes, now I see the black and white television with the antenna folded up
Absolutely.
with the vent.
You know.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, when the artist has to have a reference, and that's all they got later on.
I'm showing my age.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, you'll be able to pick up 12 channels in a UHF signal when the power goes out.
Exactly.
all right. So that's all I have for FOC. We're gonna take a break. Thanks to Brian for sharing this with us.
Yeah.
This is the thing of the sound guy. You guys hear it?
No.
No.
No? All right. Well,
Here, I can
pause
share
that
it.
real quick.
Let me share it.
Yeah.
Let me do this. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
You know what? Maybe if I unmute it.
There you
My
go.
name's Keith Obed. I'm the writer
can you guys hear?
director of the sound guy.
My name is Justin Bird. I am actually the assistant director.
Hi, I'm Scott Levesque. I'm director of photography on The Sound Guy.
My name is Cliff. I play Cliff in The Sound Guy. My name is Rich Formey. I play the character Mo.
We are a group of actors, musicians, and filmmakers coming together and joining forces to make the best damn stoner comedy we possibly can.
I really couldn't believe it, actually. I thought this must be a joke. This couldn't be a real project that's happening. Because I'm a sound guy in my real life. There couldn't be a role more right for me. And then after working with Keith, I've found even more so that the character just feels written for me somehow, even though Keith and I don't know each other prior to this project.
This is an Arizona film, all Arizona actors and crew. Music is originally scored by Arizona artists.
Where we are now, halfway through production, it's the thing I live for most on film sets, is being able to see something from concept to completion. To be able to have a crazy idea and be able to fight nature to capture that moment in time, and basically in a place that doesn't exist. It takes a lot of effort, time, and money. And that's where you can come in.
Yeah, we're doing a four-day block of shooting in here in December, and where we're doing a concert scene in here. Bobby Buttrock, the 80s god of Buttrock, is going to be in here doing a show. So it's a place going to be crawling with 80s broads.
The thing that sucks about making films is it requires a lot of moving parts that come together to make one cohesive piece of art. The best way that you can help is by financially backing the project. And by doing so,
You can get rewards, such as a shout out on social media.
A poster signed by casting crew.
Get a spot as an extra in the scene in here that we're shooting.
An invite to the premiere, or even an executive producer's credit.
$1,000 donation will get you an executive producer credit. So you'll be not only helping out a really cool local Arizona project get off the ground, but you'll also be credited as like you're some kind of a badass that's really involved with stuff. So
We strongly believe in this project. Once we are done, it's going to double as first a pilot, which will be pitched to all the major networks, and also a short film, which can be presented in all the film festivals in 2022.
Almost like, I don't have children, but it's like having a child and seeing it grow, So it means a lot to me. It means a lot to the crew.
My favorite part of the filming process was smelling this guy's farts.
no prop guns over here.
Yeah, no prop.
Is that really bad to talk about?
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Bobby Butt Rock.
Yeah. So for those of you guys,
What the fuck?
Is it too soon? Is it too soon?
I was like, did I hear that
Not too
shit?
soon.
Bobby Butt Rock?
so
I
for
gotta
those,
YouTube this motherfucker.
so for those of you guys that don't know what butt rock is our term for 80s Camaro hair stoner metal bullshit.
Okay.
Like your favorite Poison band or Warrant or those type of bands. That's butt rock.
Glam rock kind of.
Glam rock, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Whatever that 80s butt rock bullshit is.
Hair metal.
But yeah, hair metal, yeah.
I was in the kitchen. I was like, Bobby Butt Rock. I'm using
that. I like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. What I do want to say is thank you for showing that. I want to share something with you guys real quick, though. I'm gonna get ready to bounce here, but I wanted to give you guys a quick check out of what I'm working on for the market report on Monday's Flip Side. And you guys know me, I love magazines, and these are some crazy magazine sales. I've been talking about this issue for a while. This is the free sample copy that they gave out at I believe it was Comic-Con. Is that right? I think that's where they gave it out the first time.
Right.
Is
I just don't remember
Comic-Con.
which Comic-Con that was.
Yeah,
Was it San Diego, actually?
I think it was San Diego. Yeah, back
What
in.
magazine?
Was it Comic-Con or was it like
It was San Diego.
San Diego, yeah.
EC, whatever
This is crazy because I had one of these, and I think you could have gotten it through like a publisher's clearinghouse with a offer for a subscrition.
So the only way you could get the sample copy was to be handed it to at the Comic-Con.
I thought when you bought the first one, the one that came with the robot, when you bought it, it came with a subscription, and this was the issue you got.
No, because I have that one.
Okay.
Came with the description, and I also have the one that came with the Trapper Keeper.
Right.
But I have
got
this one.
from.
I have one that is in just as nice as condition as this, is if not nicer. And I'm getting it graded, so I'm hoping that this one's ungraded. I'll show you guys. You guys can watch on Monday. I'll show mine.
Crazy.
But this is a really tough book to find. If you guys don't know, the free sample copy says that free sample copy on the star, and the regular one says free poster inside.
Okay.
So
And
that's
then,
that.
Thank
And
you
then-
for sharing that, man. What else?
and,
What else you got?
This is a really cool one. This is Vibe Magazine from 1996,
Yes,
the
sir.
famous Death Row.
Well, did you watch the Rogan today?
I did, with him talking with
Holy
Snoop.
shit,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah. So, that's a great one. This is a great one too. Source
Oh,
from 95.
I got that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got all that shit.
Well,
I think I got
It's not just that; it's also the Twin Towers.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, it's like
This is a really cool one, and I don't know if you guys know, but I'm really big into like 1930s, 1920s magazine, and some of these film magazines are crazy. This Movie Humor from 1935 is a classic cover. A lot of people don't know how great some of these old film magazines are. There's some really good ones. I think there's one called Film Fun. Yeah, Film Fun.
I've actually got some of these on here right now.
You got some Film Funs?
I don't know if I got film funds. I think I got. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is Film Fun. Look for Film Funds. They got a lot of great old school covers. But this right here is something very interesting. This is Rolling Stone from November 25th, 1971. The first time Fear and Loathing is in print. So, and it's got a Ralph Steadman cover. So be on the lookout for that one. Time Magazine from 1930, March 24th. Al Capone.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a $1,500 magazine, and one of my favorites. A lot of people might not know about the 2011
Nicky
New
Barnes
Yorker. This right here is the first time where I think they talk about Bitcoin. 2011, $345 magazine. So
wow.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff.
Man.
Be on the lookout for those magazines, man. You guys know I love those things, so they're fun to collect, and they're actually some really interesting, like first appearance, first time mentioned in print, stuff like that. And some of those
Look
crazy.
at Brian doing the hidden gems. Need to get you doing more of that, brother.
Yeah.
When you can.
All right. Well, I'll
right,
talk to you guys all later. Monday, Tales from the Flip Side. Good talking to you guys.
Yep.
Peace.
And then after you take your take a break, if you could drop a link to Sean's thing.
Yeah, yes. So that's another thing I want to talk about real quick is thank you for reminding me. Keep an eye on Big Leg on Whatnot, you guys. He's doing a big charity sale auction on the 30th, which is all proceeds are going to go to benefit veterans charity.
I think it's the Wounded
Warrior
Project
program.
Yeah, there you go. And then I think it's November 30th.
30th, yeah.
So follow him on Whatnot.
You got it. And other than that, follow all these guys on Whatnot. I know Dennis has a great Whatnot channel that is just doing great stuff.
Mystery Box Monday. I just hit my 1,000th sale.
Nice, not bad.
Wow.
I wanted to ask you, how did your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Whatnot sale go? Because I got probably like 300 loose figures that I'm.
Here's the thing. They do really good, but what you got to do is you have to set the price. And I've only had maybe 10% of my sales have hit anywhere near what you would get on eBay. So, if it's a $40 fig, you have to start it at 20 or 25 and hope that two people, go at it. If not, you're going to get half of what it goes for on eBay.
Yep. And
I was one of those people.
Yeah.
When I got the baseball raft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to repaint it still.
Yeah, because you're going to make the Warriors.
Yep.
Tight.
Yeah. Great stuff. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Brian. Thanks for swinging through, brother.
All right. Later, Brian.
Blind Adam, you up?
Yes, sir.
Ready? All right. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. So once again, this is Blind Adam from ComicCrusaders.com. Don't forget to listen in to him on Wednesdays, like around 9ish or so, right?
9 p.m. Eastern.
Right. For Awesome Sauce Radio, if we can go ahead and punch that in, and then if I'm sober enough, I always try and freaking join them.
You can start remember drugs between 9:30 and 9:45.
Yeah, yep. I couldn't do it this week because that booster shot, my goodness, once again, knocked me on my ass, man. It's like, I usually try to man up around those things, but nope. There's only so much of a man you can freaking stand up when you're freaking like on the fucking ground with a fever, man. But you know what? I am all right now. All right, so the first one that I want to bring up for you was Fantastic Four, number 275.
This is the nude She-Hulk issue.
The nude She-Hulk issue?
Yeah, there's a issue where She-Hulk is sunbathing on the roof of the Baxter building.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the International Mystery, Rob's Comics, who's all about all the different versions of this one from all the international flavors. Yeah. Good pick, Adam, but
I actually just bought the original art. The original art that's about 2 months ago.
Really? How much did that cost you?
$2,500.
Jesus. Well,
it's John Byrne's
why not?
Art, man. I wasn't passing it up.
Fantastic Four, number 269.
This is where She-Hulk joins the Fantastic Four. I watched the She-Hulk teaser about 25 times today. Well, it was great.
Nice.
Supervillain Team Up, number 1.
Dr. Doom and Submariner team up.
Okay, all right.
It's Bronze Age, cheap. I think once both of these characters hit in the MCU, though, we were going to team up eventually.
We're definitely going to get Tiger Shark, and you almost have to guarantee we're going to get a tuna.
Yeah.
Let's see. Amazing Spider-Man, number 59.
First Mary Jane cover. I had Sarah Ballantine, who voiced Mary Jane on the show this week. And I did Mary Jane research, and I just want to point out this is her first cover.
Okay.
Yeet.
Let's see. Sensational She-Hulk, number 52, the Adam Hughes cover.
Yeah, She-Hulk, Adam Hughes, Tits in Comics, hashtag Tits in Comics, hashtag Sets in Comics. Enough said. And China was the best live action She-Hulk ever. Testify.
Well, there's not necessarily any tits on there, but you know, she looks like she just got victimized. And you know, there is a market out there for that, but I'll leave it at that.
We can talk about that Wednesday night.
Well, and death covers have a whole subgenre too.
Yeah, I do like the death joint.
Yeah.
Honor.
Interesting.
Batman number 656.
The first full Damian Wayne and the first Jezebel Jet, and Batwoman is still a decent enough watch for me on the CW. I'm actually liking what they're doing this season.
And last one, Marvel 2-in-1 Thing and Captain America.
Oops, I gave you the wrong issue number, so scratch that.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a Thing and She-Hulk issue. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, you know what? I do like the ones that you did give me. You know, between Batman 656, Sensational She-Hulk. I did really like that Adam Hughes cover. Definitely like that 275, though. You know, the tits and ass thing. I'm not really.
I'm a comic pimp, man. Hashtag
pimping since pimping.
Somebody's killing the pimps. Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah,
Pimp Slayer. I'm actually going to be stocking that.
Oh man, I need to get that. I still need to get that. Someone is grilling the chicken one.
Someone is grilling the chicken.
That's awesome. Grilling the chicken.
Yep.
That is
At a certain point, it's kind of like Dogecoin.
or Shiba.
And that is the hidden gems from Clown Town.
All right. All right. Gents, right now I'm going to run over the new releases that are coming out this week. You guys can tell me what you think about them. Once again, I'm not going over every single cover.
Oh yeah, I forgot the one place that I was looking at. They were like, "Oh yeah, you know, we're going to put out our list for next week later."
Yes. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. So luckily
delays,
I had the
man.
right. So luckily I had the FOC from stuff from what I had like weeks ago.
But you know, it doesn't match up. It just
Okay,
goes
I got a
down.
question for you though, Lucas.
What's up, Dennis?
Your invoice for this week generated on the same day. Did you notice about half your books are not coming in that week?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Right. So yeah, with all the shipping delays, I figured that's what's happening. So they're breaking up. So it's the weirdest thing where they're breaking up incentives, regular covers, shit like that.
They're
it's
falling
weird.
like dynamite.
And it gives you a heart attack because you're sitting there with like 50 of something, and you're missing that one freaking incentive that you ordered that fucking 50 for.
Right.
So you're running back to your fucking dashboard to make sure you ordered that shit. You're like, oh yeah, I fucking ordered that. In the meantime, the invoice is fucking hidden, like because there's like the invoice that digital shit, right? Then there's the invoice that you get inside the box, and that tells you whether or not that shit's actually supposed to be inside that fucking box. You know, and sometimes what they say is supposed to be in that fucking box may be in a box that may not be arriving for 2 or 3 fucking days.
And Lucas, I'm not trying to step on you here, but they call that what it is it's called the pick slip. And you might have 3 different pickers picking your order. So picker A will get that slip, and the computer knows that many books will fit in that box. And then picker B will get a different pick slip. And then when the 3 pickers come back to that box, then they put it in there. And at the end, the invoice goes on top along with those pick slips. So you will have like a double way to double check it.
Yeah. It's confusing as fuck, and it's not a good business model, especially with all these shipping delays going on, right?
Yeah.
That's not a good way to run the railroad. So new releases. This is stuff that is coming out. I apologize for the date. That's not the correct date. It's going to be the 17th. Inshallah.
How many people think Christmas and Thanksgiving are completely fucked up as well?
Yeah.
Well, back to the toy thing. So there's supposed to be like shortages on toys during Christmas time. So it's like kind of like that's why everyone's suggesting to start buying that stuff now, especially before all the different sale days.
Well, yeah, if you got the fucking cash, I mean,
Yeah.
people got to fucking pay the bills. That's the problem, right? So that's why, and I'll get into that shit later about freaking stocks. People are like, oh yeah, man, because of this and that. Like, no, motherfuckers need their fucking money back, and they're gonna start selling their fucking stocks. It's just easy like that, right? So, Aquaman, The Becoming, I actually freaking got these already. They look like they're in pretty good shape. I do like that freaking cover. I'm not necessarily an Aqualad fan, but I am going to check it out to see if there's anything good in there happening. Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 5. This is the cover that people have been getting all up in the huff about so far. Hasn't been selling out as well because retailers saw it a mile away. They should have just sprung it out on everybody so that everybody can grab it later. But they did what they did, and a month later, nobody gives a fuck. Like, okay, your son is gay.
I could have told you that's exactly what was going on by the way that they hyped it pre-FOC. And they basically tried to drop it into the news cycle to get you to bump your orders. My LCS said we're not going to have any for the shelf. And I was like, that's okay. Didn't need one. Like, it's cool. But they also, said that they continue to get people who were calling the store asking for them. And they're like, well, we're just not going to order them. You can, yeah. So it's like, they can order them, but then the people don't come in and get them.
Yes,
and that's exactly why they're not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People thought this was going to be in Superman 75.
I think I got a couple that I'm trying to fucking get rid of real quick, but let's see.
They're all open order though.
And I saw the issue 1 in a Walmart pack today.
Really?
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, King Shark, number 3.
God,
I do like that,
awesome.
Francesco Mantina. Yeah.
Yes.
Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 10. The Talabao cover is freaking pretty nice, but I do love that middle cover. It's a whole story behind it, and now he's going to be uncontrollable because the skull freaking breaks. It's a whole freaking story behind it, and I'm kind of interested to see how that pans out. The Black Panther stuff is supposed to be coming out this week as well. We talked ad nauseum about this. We never figured out the math on it, so orders didn't get in. But yeah, people were definitely loving that NetEase, but they were also loving some of these covers, like the one to the far right, and these Simone Bianchi joint.
Is that the one with the shadow? The one in 50?
Yeah.
Which one? The one to the
In the middle.
The one in the very middle, yep.
Yep.
But the John Romita Jr. is the Virgin variant. There's also, I think, a trade dress version of that one. And then the one on the right is the 1 in 25, which that kind of fire should have been the 1 in 100. Like, who's doing this shit at Marvel? Like, for real? Like,
doing the 1 in 100
Marvel,
Virgin
can I have
variant.
their job? Because I'd definitely get that shit organized for you.
Well, I mean, we definitely talked about that during FOC. Like, that 1 in 25, like, should have been, like, easily at least the 1 in 50,
That's the 1 in 100.
Yeah.
If it's not, it's the one. Yeah, you're right.
Virgin variant of that Black Panther would have been sick.
The John Romita Jr. should have been a 1 in 25.
Yep.
Should have been a 1 in 10.
And you know what? Honestly, the last John Romita Jr. cover that I liked was actually Venom #1 out last week. Caught me off guard. I was like, "That's a JR." Like, no shit.
It's probably because he's gotten plenty of requests to draw like Venom and stuff like that. So he's had his practices on, sketches, remarks, whatever.
So how you guys feel about this one? Basically, it's not Venomized; it's Darkhold-eyed.
Let me see if I can get it. I don't care if I do or don't. I'm gonna see if I can get it.
Darkhold Wasp #1.
Yeah.
I like the design variant actually.
Yeah. It's definitely some good stuff. That Torment design, I think he's doing the design variants for most of the Darkhold stuff.
I think the fucking A cover is the best of the covers. What the fuck?
Who would have thought?
She's tapping into her inner Vampirella.
Or heavy metal.
That too.
Or Malice.
The Amazing Spider-Man #78 Point
That's pretty cool.
Bay. Yeah, there's a Momoko variant and one to the right.
Point Beyond. Point Beyond, everybody. Point Beyond.
The Momoko.
Hey, do not disrespect Beyonce like that.
I know, but the Momoko, something's wrong with that. I can't. Is it the gun shape?
She has never seen a black person.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, the gun in the hand seems like the handle is very, very.
Well, she's got better trigger control than Alec Baldwin, so.
Wow. Well, you're not wrong.
Okay, let's move on.
Moving on.
Dark
Yeah.
Ages.
See, here's what I was talking about. Like the third issue hasn't come out yet, and it's been
Yeah. But I like it though, man. This is a good story.
Yeah, it's a good standalone thing. It's pretty cool. Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Apocalypse though, huh?
Yeah.
At the end of issue 2.
Yeah. They all came out of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that motherfucker had Magneto up there as a fucking power source. Like he had him at a generator.
Yeah, I definitely have a plug up Electro's ass. That's for sure.
That motherfucker was. The art is dope too, though.
Yeah. Genesis Vale, Marvel, Tales #1. There's a Pacheco Virgin 1 and 50.
Yeah, it's reprinted old Genesis Vale stuff.
Pass.
King the Conqueror #4.
Oh, wow.
That is a nice cover.
The B cover, yeah, it's not bad. The A cover is really good too. I actually like the A cover more, even though the B cover is holes in time. Yeah, they're both cool.
Moon Knight #5.
The Sue variant,
Adams. Yeah.
all the way on the right.
Yes,
I
sir.
like Adams variant. Like, I don't know.
Adams bores me now, guys. I hate to say it.
The
He
Adams
got
variant
Moon,
sucks
he's got
compared to
Moon
Sue.
Knight all like he's got a dad bod.
That looks like Moon Knight taking a shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say here. Like I'm normally going after the variant covers, but I'm gonna hold off on that one in 25.
And doesn't the McNiven look like doesn't the McNiven kind of look like an Ant-Man cover? Because that looks like just a regular old cheap dog chain.
Yeah.
Again, the Benjamin Sue variant all the way over on the right-hand side, everybody.
Yeah,
That's
one.
open order, pleasurable on the eyes, portraying our current iteration of Moon Knight with the kind of black and white costume. And even though we only got like 2 seconds of screen time through Disney Plus, I was very happy to see some footage.
Yeah.
I think
Dude,
I think people need to be more excited about Moon Knight actually fucking hitting the screen because he's better than Batman because he's crazy.
It's one of those things where I think if they at least introduced him in Disney Plus, people would have a better idea of what he was, and they would be able to get excited about him that way.
You need a Disney Plus series to explain how a dude is so nuts.
Yeah,
but from what I'm hearing, did you guys all hear that that's probably where Blade is going to debut?
Yep.
I have not heard that. But
That would make
Blade
sense.
is most likely going to debut in the Moon Knight series, according to my sources. And that leads me to believe. That leads me to believe that Ethan Hawke's probably going to be Dracula. I really think Ethan Hawke was always like, I don't want fuck comic book movies in the beginning, right? Remember how he was all like that? Well, I think he was like
in those checks.
Well, Marvel, if you're going to give me a big role, give me one that's more iconic than most people. And they're like, how about Dracula? He's like, wait, there's a Dracula in the Marvel universe? And yeah, and he's a total badass. Blade hunts him. And Moon Knight just keeps walking around talking about Dracula, you fucking nerd. Where's my money? Like,
So I'm guessing you're betting on the Adventure into Fear 24? Maybe.
What is it?
Is that the first Legion?
No, that's the
That's
first
the
meet.
first Blade versus Morbius.
Oh.
Oh wait, I was thinking the wrong book. Never mind.
Yeah.
My bad.
Morbius, he's more going to be on the Spider-Man side of things, and I have a feeling that they're going to Doctor Strange is going to cast another spell at the end of No Way Home. It's going to fuck up a lot of things for Peter to hang out with the Avengers again after that.
So keep an eye out for the Darkhold stuff when it shows up in the MCU universe with all the Wandaverse stuff, because the father of all the vampires has part of his soul inside the Darkhold as well. I forget what his name is, like Van Meer or something like that, but he has a long history of freaking Blade. So,
and there's also an Avengers backup story that has Blade in it, where he becomes the sheriff of the Vampire Nation.
Yes. What's interesting is, I don't know if you've read the Winter Guard that came out maybe a couple weeks ago, but the Winter Guard, like the Russian Avengers, they go to Chernobyl, which is where Dracula has set up his new empire. And it's all, he wasn't there. They don't explain exactly why he was there, but it was quite interesting about what the fuck happened and what went down.
Well, so, he's one of the only humans capable of surviving the radiation from Chernobyl, and that's why he's the sheriff, because he can make sure that, well, the vampires don't get out of line, because if they get out of line, he's going to just do his thing. And he's okay with that. Everybody needs purpose, my man, you know?
Let's see. We talked about this 3 weeks ago. People are a little like, what in the heck is this?
Carrier pigeons, bro.
Yeah, carriers number one. If you don't like freaking pigeons with guns and swords and stuff, I don't
Look,
know.
Does not anybody remember the Animaniacs pigeons?
I love Red 5, but goddamn, if they could only get a schedule where they release stuff on a regular basis.
Some of us got our Goodfellas experience as kids through Animaniacs first before watching Goodfellas. So
that just reminds me of the time period, like when the Ninja Turtles came out, and there was all those. Right? It was like the Cold-Blooded Chameleon Commandos and Hamster Vice and all these different rodent or little
anamorphic.
Yeah, and it was all this stuff coming out. It's like now when it comes out, it's like no one even pays attention to it.
Except for Battletoads. Battletoads is amazing.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember Battletoads? Oh wow!
I'm trying to remember.
Some of the best video games for the Super Nintendo that I remember as a kid.
Man, if they don't do a Good Feathers like homage,
Exactly.
They're fucking up.
Dennis, get on it.
I know, right?
Which public? Oh, Red 5, yeah.
Red 5. Purgatory, Volume 4, Number 2. I'm not sure if this is the first Ninja Turtle freaking homage that these guys are doing, but it's definitely the best for me. In my opinion, this is the best. Right? I don't like the other colors. I don't like the other characters and all the other ones. Fuck what you heard. I do like the color scheme. I do like what's going on in here. This is the only one that I actually freaking care about.
So everybody pay attention, because there's 2 of these each issue. Every time you see one of these doing an artwork, there's also going to be a black and white FOC incentive variant of this one. The black and white will be less common.
Yep.
it'll probably be like some weird ratio number, I'm guessing.
Oh, a 7 or an 11.
Okay.
Or
Usually.
21.
Or 21. Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
Casino Dynamite loves craps.
220, 221, whatever it takes.
Shang-Chi number 6.
I finally watched the first hour of the movie before I watched the back of my eyelids.
Oh yeah? What did you think so far?
So far, I liked it. Yeah.
And the last one is Sword number 10. Once again, this is not all inclusive of all the comics that are coming out. This is just some of the more interesting ones that I thought were coming out. Again, the only one reason why I brought this one up is because it's an Inhyuk Lee for all you Inhyuk Lee fans, of which I am. And once again, if you find there were any that I missed that you thought I definitely should have brought up, you can definitely hit me up at DarkHorseFox35 on my Instagram or send me an email, and I'll bring that up to the week right before you guys had to do your Wednesday warrior.
Yeah, man. So, anybody else reading Sword?
I was reading it when it freaking started, and it was amazing.
Well,
right?
it's still
lot
amazing.
of like new innovative stuff that Al Ewing was trying to put in there. Some good stuff.
Well, 2 issues ago, Storm came on board and became the Regent of Erico. And you guys remember that snazzy outfit that she was wearing during the Hellfire Gala?
Yeah.
Well, last week on our impromptu Saturday show, I explained how that's still what she's rocking. You see the A cover right there on the left-hand side. She's still rocking it right there. But this guy, WizKid, according to the last panel on the last page, I 50-50 want to punch him in the face. Because he might be a traitorous bastard. You know what I mean? Like, and that might be the reason why you're looking at Sword Station 1 blowing up. I do like the fact that this next is going to show Cable as an old man there. All right, so he's with Esme in this variant, but you guys know that his son Major X is the son that he has with Storm.
Oh, so they finally brought Major X back.
That's Liefeld, baby.
They're about to in X-Force Killshot, which I wonder who they're going after in Killshot. Strife.
Did they write out that extermination stuff where young Cable?
No.
So is this going to be like kind of like a lead up to the death of old Cable, kind of thing?
No, man, because they've already established that the young Cable had to kill the old Cable, take his place for a little while before he can be revived, and then come back and fight the two of them against Strife. And that's what they did in the Cable series.
Okay.
So now that the old Cable's back, and he's been back, young Cable went back into a future where they're fighting Strife on 2 different battlefronts. The Meal with Doom, amazing. Absolutely. The issue with Doom, in fact, definitely some good stuff. And then Doom showing up in Excalibur. Doom's everywhere.
Yeah.
Because
he's got something brewing.
Yeah,
he's got something brewing.
But WizKid over here again on the right, 50-50 want to punch him in the face, but Inhyuk Lee with his sneaker detail and his jacket detail. God damn it!
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but these artists are definitely paying attention to the freaking kicks nowadays.
Oh yeah,
it's details,
Well, do you think it'd be one of those things that people collect like 5 years from now? Like, did you get all these shoes?
Well,
shoe covers?
remember when Inhyuk Lee did that? What was it? The Asian American Pacific Islander homage variants.
Hulk 15.
Was that what 2 years ago when he did the Chinese New Year covers? Is that what you're talking about? The connecting stuff for like Gwen, Spider-Man, or ASM, and then something else?
No, I'm just talking about the recent ones that he did that had a virgin in a trade dress. You remember?
Okay, the
so like
Asian Pacific Islander.
The one where Jubilee has like a fucking like it looks like a realistic jacket, and then who else? Shang-Chi's book looked amazing, and there was a couple of them that were like super detailed. Oh yeah, Psylocke on the Hellions. It was like, oh my god, dude! Like just doing amazing artwork. He's pumping out so much stuff right now that he's like, I don't know if it's to the point where these artists get super saturated, right? There's so much of their artwork and there's like too much that it can't be absorbed by the audience.
Where it's almost like these publishers are creating the flavor of the month.
Yes. But still, this is a great WizKid variant. And I don't think he has too many variant covers, let alone solo covers. And this is what I've been looking at lately. First solo covers for people. I know it's a stupid way to spec on things, but it's something that, you have to kind of like reinvent yourself when.
Well, look at what people are doing with Kate Bishop and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
They've been looking for her best covers, and they've been specking on third and fourth prints and shit, but it's a thing.
Well, it's no different between Miss Marvel, Moon Girl, and America.
Yeah. Well, I would say that the Miss Marvel one is different because that Miss Marvel, that second or third print, came out way before we ever knew that was what her thing was going to be. That's the big difference in between what's going on with the Kate Bishop and all these other third and freaking fourth prints. That's in my mind makes it okay. That I will allow in my minuscule freaking universe, right?
Well, that Fraction series was like a big deal.
Yeah, it was like really huge.
Yeah. So it's understandable why it had many prints.
What was that one book you were talking about the other night, Dennis? Was it Captain Marvel 14? The one?
Captain Marvel 14, Amanda Connor's variant.
Right.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah. I think I have the only one online.
Wait, that's yours?
Yeah.
You've been bidding on it, haven't you?
No, I just saw it. I was doing a search for Kamala Khan stuff earlier.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna
push.
We're gonna.
No, I was looking for an action figure.
Man, don't even tell me. Like you're giving me good news here, Lucas, on that first line right there, because you see, I was a former Sprint employee. So when I left, I got an awesome bomb phone plan that they threw in with free Hulu. And then they just merged with T-Mobile, and I still have the free Hulu plan, but now Paramount Plus striking a deal with T-Mobile means I have the opportunity to still keep my free Hulu possibly and add on free Paramount Plus.
Yes, sir.
I haven't watched a single Paramount Plus show or episode or anything.
Like I said, I've been saying, so they've got the three big projects that forgive me if I don't include all y'all's favorite projects, but the big three that I know that they're definitely working on is definitely trying to revive in an adult way the Teenage Mutant Ninja freaking Turtle stuff. But the Star Trek stuff, they've been all over that freaking multiple freaking shows. They even had like a Star Trek day. Transformers, they were like, okay, we're going to do Transformers, and like, oh wait, what we got right now is crappy. Let's push it back. Let's do some re-edits right now. So they know what they got, and they know they've got to do it right. So that is what it is, man. Freaking, but what they don't want to happen is, what's happening with freaking Disney right now, and I'll get into this. So this one was the chart from last week. A lot of green, some expected reds, but it was one of those things where like, hey, we saw it coming. And that's it is what it is. This week, once again, I keep telling people about, hey, that November, December time frame. That's when people start to walk away. Right? Hey, I'm getting ready to go on vacation. I need a little bit of cash.
Yeah. I'll tell you,
I gotta freaking sell some
Lucas, the guy who nailed it, Eddie Murphy of Trading Places.
What do you say?
He says, man, they're out there panicking. There, listen, they're panicking. They got to buy their son the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, and they know their wife ain't going to give them no pussy if they don't got no money. They're panicking out there. Listen, I can hear them. They're panicking.
Sure enough. So yeah, once again, there were some indicators of what was going to happen. We already knew what was going to happen. What I didn't like was what people were saying was the reasons behind it, because there's a lot of bullshit. But I'll once again, let me run through one more thing real quick, and that's again, this is what we talked about when you first came on Ultra, which was that Diamond Labs ransomware. It kind of fucked up things for us. Look, if you some of y'all that had orders, you are going to get some boxes, but you're not going to get the full orders. Even the orders that I got at 8 o'clock on Friday, I'm talking about 8 p.m. on Friday, didn't have all the fucking orders. Right? So once again, stand by. They said that they're going to have all this stuff rectified by at least Monday or Tuesday, inshallah. Right? What's disturbing to me is that they put out a thing, like a media relations thing, that says, well, yeah, we got hit by ransomware, but there was no financial data in there. They're full of shit. Yes, there is. A lot of companies do have that shit in there, just in case they need to get charged. Because, go ahead.
Does Diamond remember that 3 years ago, their entire email list of all Marvel retailers got hacked and distributed to each other?
No, look, if they were going, I would love to see that shit. I would.
Well, I gotta call them out, Dennis.
See those numbers.
I might know somebody who has it.
We might need a freaking talk later when I'm sober and shit. Let's see. Oh, and then so here's one thing that did piss me off. I have been talking about Disney for a while. Once again, if you don't want to listen to me, that's fine, because I do have a competing interest when it comes to freaking Disney. So I've been telling people that a good place to come in for Disney is around that 155 freaking range, and dropped to 159 for the wrong reasons. I said, hey, Disney has not gone back to freaking putting out those dividends, right? So no, without the dividends, there's not much of a incentive to keep it on and on and on. And then now, look, freaking November, December, people like Dennis said, hey, no, Daddy's just not going to get any pussy from mom without the pearl bracelet. No, look. So, but what I don't like is when asshats put their fucking nose in fucking business and say shit that it wasn't fucking true. This bleeding, and once again, I am friends with some of the people at Fleeting at Fool, but this asshat totally fucking puts this fucking article that says Disney stocks tanking at Disney Plus because the streaming subs come up short. First of all, Disney doesn't come out with fucking those projections. Those are fucking creditors, right? And those creditors don't put fucking a dollar fucking value on that. So in fact, during the earnings release, they showed that it went up 60% from 2020. That's pretty fucking good, right? So I don't know where this gentleman is coming from with this. Hey, freaking the streaming subs come up short, but fucking trying to make that financial analysis is just all fucked up. Don't, man. It's just all fucking wrong, and just I don't know. Maybe he had hit his fucking quota or something.
No, they all have. Right now, it's all about getting in a punch on your opponent. I remember like the second Eternals came out. Eternals box offices are weak, horrible. Blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, yeah, but it still got like a 70-80% audience score. And I saw it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible.
I'll get to that in a sec. So, in fact, the higher earnings release, the earnings release, in fact, said higher subscription revenue reflected subscriber growth and increases in retail prices. So that, to me, as an investor, doesn't mean I should be freaking selling my shit. In fact, it's just, hey, the minute it's lower, I should be buying freaking more, which I'm trying to. I wasn't buying like I should because I was fucking fucked up by that booster all week. But man, if y'all are not fucking punching that fucking button to at least go for that 155 or buy it as it is now at 159, I don't know what to tell you, and I understand fucking presence and taking care of Mama and little Johnny are a priority right now, and buying more books. But hey, this is a good deal right now. So what were we talking about? Oh, that movie.
Yeah, the Eternals.
Fucking the Eternals, right? So without spoiling anything. In fact, I can say this is a non-spoiler because it was actually in some of the trailers. Say, well, how come you didn't freaking come in and help us when the whole fucking Thanos thing was fucking going down? And she was, well, no, we're only supposed to get into it when there's a deviant. And it happens to involve a deviant. Well, fuckers, Thanos is a deviant. So that by itself should have said, hey, we need to freaking take care of this. So that doesn't make any fucking sense. I can't take my fucking kids to see this movie because of the fucking sex scenes. I've already freaking
sex scenes in it? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's full on, man.
Cersei and Icarus sitting in a tree.
Flesh on flesh.
BONING.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It was bad enough that there's been a whole bunch of cussing and all that other stuff, but now we're talking about cussing and the fucking sex scenes. How are they not getting? I don't understand how they're getting just by with just like PG-13, not getting R's and all that other stuff. That's what the fuck. That's what the rated R is supposed to be. Sex scenes and cussing and all that stuff. But I don't know.
I don't think Mickey Mouse must have been asleep at the wheel with us.
No, he's been fucking rolling up with money bags to some of these viewers' houses.
Can't say no to the hot new young director.
Be damned with all the rest of the stuff. People talk about, well, they don't like it because it's the people of color and all the other stuff. It's like, okay, it doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't freaking matter because of all this. It's the little stuff, right? Like, don't get me wrong. It's a spectacle. It's a fucking spectacle. Yeah. When it's on its spectacle roll, it's on a fucking spectacle.
I'm sorry, you saw it, right, Lucas?
Yes, I've seen it twice now.
Okay, I'm sorry. The entire end sequence is like the middle of the Justice League movie. It's everything but the costumes. You got evil Superman, or Superman's fighting the Justice League. You got the fast ones running to hit him with punches. The Wonder Woman is jumping in to hit him. They got the Dark Knight making costumes and gadgets to try to fight him. It was the Justice League, and then guess what? Then the Flash shows up. The actual actor who plays the Flash shows up to try to do something else. And I'm just like, wow, how am I not looking at this as a Justice League movie? And it's better than the Justice League movie, in my opinion.
We talk about the first one or
the first one, the horrible Zack Snyder, Joss Whedon.
Okay.
Cut.
Okay.
That was in the theaters?
The Zack Snyder, the cut was the cut was good. It made shit. It made shit made a lot more sense. So I'll give it that one.
I'm talking about the original.
The
fight after Superman comes back from the grave and he has no idea and he's shooting his laser beams at him and they're all having to hit him from different spots. That's the entire end fight to Eternals.
Yes, absolutely. I didn't understand what the whole big deal. Like, okay, the whole big deal about the human intelligence and that's what releases, the freaking the celestial. Like, I don't fucking get it. It would have made sense if, okay, the fucking humans, they become so intelligent, they build a fucking nuclear weapon and then they shoot it at each other, and that's what fucking cracks over the fucking that would have made sense.
I had heard that that it was about life energy, and when Thanos blinked out half of everything, and then when it all blinked back, it kind of kicked it into high gear, and that's what was causing him to do it now.
Yes.
But they didn't actually say that in the movie.
Right. So that's what I'm tracking. So now because Thanos, he's supposed to be celestial, not the celestial, the eternal of his fucking planet, Titan and shit, right? So apparently he's been through that shit before. So now he's going throughout the freaking universe to do that, make sure it doesn't happen to all the other fucking planets, which is different from some of the comics, which was he's doing it because he loves death, and death is just telling him to do that shit. So him following his fucking penis, let me fucking kill 250 million of the fucking universe, and fucking everything be all right. Maybe she gets, maybe death will give me some pussy. Yes, that's why he's been doing it, and they took that out of the MCU. So, now they're doing it, but the reasons behind why they're doing it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, well, no, Celestials or the Eternals didn't get themselves involved with Thanos because we were only supposed to get involved with deviants, but he's a deviant, and I thought they were going to lead up to it. So I'll freaking, I won't fucking spoil the rest of this shit, but there's just some those itty bitty fucking things that they fucking stopped the whole fucking movie to do, and then they didn't follow through.
Well, here's what I couldn't understand. If the plot point is that somebody made certain people to be these guardians, I'm trying to not give it away. Apologies. But why would you make a deaf one and one that doesn't grow, or I'm sorry, a mute one and a deaf one and one that doesn't grow up? And hey, I'm a fat guy, but why would you make two fat guys?
Well,
but you didn't make a fat woman.
Representation, everybody, representation.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, I got it, cool, but it doesn't match. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think the way that it was supposed to be is that, okay, so if you think about like angels, right? Angels are supposedly are not just freaking these big old freaking messengers just freaking come down. They're supposed to be people that are maybe in your everyday life, and they just fucking give you an idea.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you do this? Oh, you're working on that. Why don't you freaking do this? And then you work on it, and then they're never freaking hear from them again. So I think that was, and having a type of people that could represent every type of representation. You can see that. You even have a kid there. You got the Asian guy. You got the Indian guy. You got almost every type of representation. Or you got a guy that looks like he could be out of every representation out of there. The thing I didn't like is that, now they're dead. Now they don't get to come back. I didn't like that because in the comics, once you're dead, there's like a whole machine, there's like a whole process when they just freaking revive the body and they come back a little bit later.
Well, and I didn't like the whole rogue aspect where they get to siphon out the powers.
Yeah, it was weird. But let's.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
No, I tried to. I did it vague.
So Internals. So the Eternal series talks to a lot of this, and there's a lot of the Easter eggs that talk to a lot of this. So if you don't want to watch the movie, go ahead and read the series.
I think it could have been edited into a much faster paced movie.
Should have been a TV series.
Moved along, but I think that nobody wanted to tell this kid, this is the way you have to make this to make it successful.
Yeah, should have been a TV series on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
take your time.
Yeah,
because my wife was sitting there and she had no idea what in the heck is going on. She was like, "What the fuck is this?" So, all right.
Well, I think I'm hitting.
Excuse
Is that it?
Yeah, that is it. That was the last of the freaking news. That's the last about when, unless it's somebody else. When's the next time we see you, Ultra?
Are
you doing Matrix anytime soon?
Maybe
or
tomorrow.
Not a Matrix? Raw report.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Okay.
Maybe.
Everybody,
Maybe.
Sure
We'll have to see if I can get enough sleep. Maybe. Well, today. That's a better answer. Secret variant should go down sometime.
All right. Well, I gotta go. I'm gonna tap out.
Okay, me too.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's basically what I was.
Yeah, we're all going.
All right. Well, thanks for letting me show off my variant, guys.
Hey, no problem, man. Freaking hope you get sold out on that, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
Aaron, when's the next time we see you, man?
I have a whatnot show on Sunday. I broke cards before this. I did some Bowman. What was this? Bowman Chrome. I broke open the Mega, and then what else? I did like Chronicles basketball draft picks or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'll have a comic show on Sunday.
Okay.
I'm still not sure what books I'm gonna try to sell or whatever, but it'll be something.
Okay.
I'm in the
Big
middle of
Remo.
reorganizing. Yeah.
All right, man. Big Remo, when's the next time we see you, or how can we follow you on wherever?
Instagram at Big Remo. On Saturday nights at the Comic Hall Crew. Like I said before, we're on hiatus right now. We should be coming back after Thanksgiving. But you should catch me on there. If not, I'll be in the chats, and hopefully I'll be on here more often.
Sure.
Mhm.
And for Blind Adam, if you want to listen to his perverted little freaking ideas, man, can go to Comic
Those
Crusaders
ideas
and
are
also Sauce
amazing,
Radio.
and they're the American way. You can catch me at 9 p.m. on Comic Crusaders. I'm also doing a little live thing on YouTube on Also Sauce Radio presented by Blind Adam on Thursday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern, where I'm going to do my first experimental live sale until I get my whatnot approved.
Yep. And don't forget that once we hit 50 viewers for Awesome Sauce Radio, we do spin the muffin wheel on that as well.
Yeah.
Once again,
We have some
freaking,
cool giveaways courtesy of a good friend of mine. So.
yes, sir. So for those that need to get a hold of me, freaking or want access to the poll box, you can get a hold of me at lucas.machine@comiccrusaders.com. You can see the name tag, or on my Instagram at Dark Horse Fox, or Twitter Dark Horse Fox 35, all that good stuff. Or just Comic Crusaders. You can freaking get what other Comic Crusaders? You can get a hold of me that way as well. But once again, thank you to all the freaking guests and freaking people. Thank you to Ultra, man, for showing up freaking big for us tonight, freaking giving us value. And stay safe, man. Freaking, hey, man, definitely freaking put some ice on that freaking shoulder and your back, man, and all that other good stuff, man.
Damn doctor requests the ice too. She's like, you can curse my name anytime you use the ice pack. I'm like, oh, gee.
Yeah.
I got the MRI done, so I know exactly how fucked up I am. I go to see the neurologist to see how we can unfuck how fucked up I am.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah,
But the wife and kid are good.
Yeah, thankfully they're fine. But of course, I saw the accident coming. I think I tensed up for it, and of course, I was holding the steering wheel, so that's why I got beat to shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
fuck, man.
How much recovery time are you looking at?
Shoulder alone is like 20 weeks.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
16 to 20 weeks for the shoulder alone. So
sue them the shit. All right, well, it's time for some of y'all to go to bed and for me to open up another bottle. Peace.